Yeah. Ghost, we make him fly like a ghost. If he want talk on the game, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we spliffed him, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this hard, her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck it, Bob, if you ain't vibing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Clock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. Headshot, knock him out. Get him, bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt. 2 G's for the belt. Know the heater gon' make him out. Promise the heater gon' make him out. OD niggas know me. I just move along with the hand I throw.
Hi everybody, Miranda. You will be in my prayers, Mama. Love you. And I hope that you're okay. Okay? If we could all say a prayer for Miranda, she's always ill and she's in the hospital. So love you, Miranda. Let me say hello. Hi Elizabeth Gregory. How are you? JJ, my manita, I miss you. Can't wait for you to come home, even though I know you're having fun. And I'm happy you're having fun, but bring your ass back home, girl. Joe being Joe, hey, sweetie, I should call my granddaughter now before the live starts, LOL. I have already spoken to my daughter. Listen, it's all right. I'm here, mama. Hey, beautiful Welsh Rose, how are you, my sweetie? Again, Miranda, love you. Hi, Just John. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm going to speak about that for a second. Hi, Stormy Rivers, my beautiful girl. How are you, sweetie pie? Stephen Crisco, hello. We were just laughing through your shorts and your videos. JJ's hilarious, right? I know JJ's too funny. Patty Brunner, hello, my beautiful friend. How are you? So I wanted to, okay. Guys, listen, I've been trying not to do petty drama shit, okay? But so you can see my name is Selfie Queen Cindy. I have new subscribers, so I'm gonna say this again. The reason I have Selfie Queen Cindy is because on IG, people that know IG is pictures. So I love taking selfies. Never did I claim to be a model. Never have I claimed to be beautiful, all of this stuff. I shared my eye looks on IG because I enjoy Storm. No. I share my eye looks on IG. I was doing it for years because I enjoy makeup. I've never sat here and said I was a professional at makeup. I've never sat here and done any of that. Okay. So somebody years ago was like, "Oh, Cindy, the selfie queen." I don't even remember what my name was on IG. It's been that many years. And I took it as a joke and I got a selfie queen t-shirt and I changed my name to selfie queen and it's been that way for years. I like over 10 years. Okay. So that is why I have Selfie Queen Cindy. I like taking selfies. Again, I don't claim to be a professional, none of that. I got a comment yesterday under my live, and I'm not gonna blast the person, even though I want to. I'm not gonna do that. Um, it was somebody from the other community. I guess they found me through Nicole, and which I'm grateful for. They commented, I have the comment here. I'm sorry, sorry, it's just me and her. So she does this when it's just me and her. She wants my attention. So she is a husky. So she does that. She wants attention. So let me read the comment because I could be petty too. Where the hell is the comment? Sorry, with these glasses, I can't see it. What the fuck is the comment now? Oh, here it goes. Okay. So this was the comment that was left. It's deleted because blocked your ass. Yes. So hey Bliss Chris. Hey Bliss. So this was the comment. Deaf, not pretty. You trying to come for me, say I'm definitely not pretty. At least spell pretty right. Definitely not pretty enough to have a bunch of bizarre selfies and not even good ones. And literally have your intro just a bunch of selfies, and it's seriously narcissistic. First of all, you came, you felt the need to comment that I'm not pretty enough to even take selfies, that my selfies are bizarre, and that my intro is literally all selfies. Now, I went through my intro. For those that don't know, my intro is my son's. That's my son's song. I went through and I timed, and the selfie part is literally 20 seconds of a minute and 15-second intro. 20 seconds is selfies, which is selfie queen Cindy. I don't understand what part you don't understand about that. And I could be just as petty and show your picture and we could dissect that too, but I don't do that. I don't talk about people's looks. I think you're a shitty person, and I'll keep it at that because you felt the need to comment and be hella disrespectful, and you didn't even have any critiques about the live that I did on Jessica Kent. You just felt to attack my looks and attack my intro and all this stuff. So I'm going to say that for people that don't understand why my name is Selfie and why I have selfies in my intro, common sense. Um, whew, thank you. Thank you. I don't know. And thank you. And I swear I'm not fishing for compliments, guys. I swear that's not. That comment was left. I screenshot it. I went to their link, and it was a channel that only had a few comments, like a 8-month old account that just had only a few comments, and they felt the need to comment something hateful under my channel. I don't understand why. Okay, I don't go into people's comment sections talking about people's looks, any of that. I don't know why you're watching me and you're so upset about my intro. So I gave her a few minutes of what she wanted, and I didn't out her because she's a subscriber, and I'm not gonna do that because I don't want people to see her somewhere and come at her. That's not what it was for. But you're corny, and I want you to know you're corny. And your name is corny too. All right, how about that? How about that? Your username is not original either. So kiss my ass. All right, that's what I got to say to that. Please ignore the trolls. Thank you. I know, Welsh, and I was going to. I swear I was going to, but sometimes I'm telling you, I suffer from foot and mouth syndrome. I've said it. I do. Sometimes people gonna get me, and I'm gonna say something. I just thought there was no need for that. I don't go into people's comment section and do shit like that. I don't come at people for their looks. I encourage women that love makeup, like to take selfies of themselves. I give women compliments. I don't go into women's thing and critique them and talk down to them or disrespect them. I made my intro all by myself. So fuck all the way off. Exactly, Elizabeth. Not at all did we talk about looks. Did we shame anybody anywhere? And I should have left the comment up because had I left the comment up, I was going to pin the comment and let everybody see how disgusting this person is, because I've seen when they made the comment, there were only 2 comments that they had ever made. And now there's 20 comments. Had I pinned that comment and allowed other people to see it, it would have been a done deal for her because that's gross. But I don't want to do that. I deleted it. That person is blocked from my channel. And call it cowardly, call it what you want. I was gonna come out of character. I was gonna comment and say some shit to this person. So I just deleted it and blocked that person so that I don't have to come out of character. And I'm not gonna disrespect them, but that was some bullshit. So anyway, okay, I wanted to say that. And I also wanted to say to my friend Bliss Chris, I am so sorry that you had a bunch of trolls. I think, okay, this is just my opinion. It was one person coming in under multiple accounts to troll my friend Bliss Chris. That's never happened before. It is not a coincidence that four troll accounts are gonna come in and all target Bliss Chris. And I'm gonna say it for people lurking in the bushes because it's that kind of day. I've been having that kind of day. I've been having that kind of day, so I'm bringing that kind of energy. I was gonna cancel this live because this is the kind of energy I'm feeling today, and I didn't want to bring this here, guys. And I apologize, but fuck that. Okay, you felt the need to come at Bliss Chris and be disrespectful to her, and she's not going to give you the attention you want. She's not. So keep trying. My mods know they're just going to block it. You're going to be hidden from my channel. And every time you come in and you disrespect somebody in my chat, one of my mods, one of my subscribers, anybody in my chat, you're going to be fucking blocked. But don't come at my friend Bliss Chris because she wasn't saying shit, wasn't doing shit straight from the door. And I did see after I saw Bliss apologize to me, like, Bliss, there was no reason for you to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. So don't ever apologize again. You didn't do shit wrong because they have no freaking life and want your attention so bad. So fucking gross. Exactly, Miranda. I don't understand. I don't understand. And like, if they hurt me, like, she really thinks like I'm trying to date you. Like, oh, you're not even Petrie enough. Like, bitch. Petrie. Pre-tree. You're not even pre-tree enough. I'm not trying to date you. So I don't give a fuck. Like, girl, the fuck? This is not the fucking dating app. This isn't Tinder or Grinder, whatever the fuck. I don't know. Those apps. I ain't trying to date your ass. Fuck out of here. Out of here. Telling you. And they don't know. Like, I could give them the same energy. Because I looked at the picture and I was like, you would think that it would come from a supermodel, right? You better be a 10 across the boards if you want to come and talk about other people's looks. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Anyway, okay. I'm going to leave that alone. It is. It is. And I was going to leave the comment for people to see it, but I didn't. Exactly. Exactly, Bliss. Like, come on, bro. I'm so hi happy being me. I'm sorry. Did I say hi to you? Whew, it's disgusting. It's disgusting and it's corny, and so I had to say something. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, because people be mad. Oh, she blocked people. Yes, if you disrespect people in my chat, you're gonna get blocked. Like, this is my channel. Why do I have to allow people to be disrespectful to people in my chat? I don't have to. I don't have to. So I'm not doing that shit. So anyway, okay. Yes, I know. Now I have now only, wait, I think I had 4%. Now I have 5% of YouTube blocked. So now only 95% of YouTube is allowed here. Damn it, shit, it's getting worse. Hey, Megs, how are you, sweetie? I just woke up, girl, me too. It's been that kind of day, but I hope you feel better, Megs. I know you haven't been feeling well. It's been that kind of day. Hi, Mikey. I just want to put a PSA. I block who I want on my account. My account is my account. Therefore, I have all the authority over my account. If you say account one more time, I'm going to have to take a drink every time you say account. Damn it, Mikey. I'm saying this because Jessica has pissed me off. Okay, Mikey. I cannot with you, Mikey. That is too funny. Who talks out their ass and isn't the brightest crayon in the box, girl? We already know. We already know. And just looking for, yes, girl. Yeah, I'm Petri dish. I'm not Petri dish material, obviously, so that's okay. Hi, Katie Longo. How are you, beautiful girl? How are you, sweethearts? Okay, I got that out my system. Excuse me. I was just gonna come and do a Sunday chat, but I had to come and talk about Jessica Ken and Nicole because more stuff. Like, yo, I can't go to sleep. I go to sleep and like stuff pops off. So I did a court of public opinion video, and I want to say thank you for Nicole Wildflower, for people that shared it. I appreciate it. And hi to all my new subscribers that probably like, girl, I'm leaving. Their introduction to me is me, is me flipping out on somebody that came into my. Listen, this is me. This is sometimes I'm gonna come here and yes, and lose my shit sometimes. and my dog is just doing the most right now. Yay, me. Anyway, um, that's just me, but I'm gonna be me. Sometimes gotta get shit off my chest. Just gotta get it off my chest. Yes, I know. You know what it is, JJ, man. She's on vacation and she's 6 hours off, so she's been throwing off my sleep schedule all the way from Europe. I've been staying up really, really late. And Stormy, are you okay? Sorry, guys, something's wrong with my dog. Storm, she's okay. I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, um, so when we were here, we were talking about Nicole, and Nicole had um, spoken on Wildflower Tea's channel about her channel being taken down, and she did speculate as to who she thinks did it. Jessica Kent did. I don't know what's going on with my dog. She's worrying me. She's like acting like she has to throw up. I don't know. I know she didn't get into anything, but anyway, she's okay. Um, so so she's anyway, right after my live, Nicole did a live, and Nicole, okay, so Nicole is she was discovering with Nicole, and her channel got taken down, and then she made another channel, and it's Nicole's Accountability, TEA, and she's been holding Jessica Kent, she's been holding her ass to the fire. She's been pulling her up on her shit. And I want to say this because I want to read some comments. I'm only going to read them because I don't want to show them. Um, I just think it's interesting the point of views of people on both sides of the argument. Right? I know the trolls made my dog want to throw up. I'm telling you. No, she's fine. She's laying down. She's fine. Um, yes, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Thank you. That's yes, because Shay has been dealing with real life stuff, and this is her daughter Megs, who hasn't been feeling well. So you've missed a lot. You already know. You miss a few days of YouTube, it's like a year in your personal life. So this is Nicole's channel, and she has a lot of lives and shorts and videos, keeping up with all this stuff. And I want to say, I'm not trying to be nasty to Jessica Kent. Hello, Honor Rose. How are you? Beautiful picture. Welcome. I'm not trying to be ugly or mean to Jessica Kent. I have shared, I was a huge Jessica Kent fan until very recently, for years. And what I think somebody in Nicole's comment section said this to somebody, what they don't realize is that a lot of us found Nicole that were fans of Jessica Kent. I was an extreme fan of Jessica Kent. I watched all her videos. I could relate. I had been to jail. I found her prison stories so entertaining. Her point of view, I really enjoyed her a lot. Um, and I think that people are not understanding. It's not even if she relapsed or any of that. It's not victim blaming. I saw people saying that we're victim blaming. I know that I haven't mentioned her abuse or DV. Neither has Nicole, neither has Wildflower, neither has Radiant Brit. The videos that I've seen, nobody's questioned that. Nobody's been disrespectful of that. Many of us have not even touched on that, and I would never question somebody's DV ever. Hi, Teresa. So I want to make that known because a lot of people are throwing that in there as a way to shut people down from giving criticism and having their opinions, and that's not okay. Nobody questioned her DV at all. Okay, nobody's taken away from what she's experienced with Reese, but it doesn't make what she's doing to him okay. We're talking about the deflecting, the way that she's doing the sleight of hand, the way magicians do. Look over here, they're doing a trick while they have it in this hand. Like, the ball. They'll flip it to this hand and they'll be like, look, the ball's not here because the ball's in this hand. And in my opinion, that's a lot of what Jessica's doing. Sleight of hand. Look over here, over here, over here. And this hand is doing all the shady shit. And that's just what I feel she's doing. I love what Nicole is doing because Jessica Kent is a fake. Her tone of voice is phony in her videos. It's so obvious. And I think that she's changed, and it could be stress. You know, when you're going through life changes like that, of course, your personality is gonna change because you're under high stress. And again, I could understand if she had removed herself from a situation for her better and for her daughters better. But she went from Guatemala to Guatapeol. She went from bad to worse. You know, that's a Spanish saying. You go from Guatemala to Guatapeol. You don't go from bad to worse. If you're in a relationship and your significant other has relapsed and your life is unmanageable, it's toxic because when you're in active addiction, we know what that looks like. You know, money's gone, just the lies, the manic, all of this stuff. But then you get in a relationship with somebody that's using as well. So I don't see the difference. Maybe just you're more attracted to this man. He has whatever, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about things like that. People pulling her up on that, like, hey, you said you left because this man was so bad to you. And I understand that. I understand that. I'm not questioning her leaving the guy. I'm not saying she needs to go back with the guy. But why would you put yourself in a position like that again? I, again, in last September, I left my home. I am with my sons. I'm not thinking about getting in a future relationship. I'm not dating, doing none of that, you know, looking for guys, none of that. I'm focusing on me. I'm getting my mind right. You know, I'm not out there on dating apps looking. I think that when you go through something like that, again, this is just my opinion. I'm not telling Jessica or anybody else what they should do with their lives, but you need time to reflect. You need time to focus on you. When you're in a relationship for however long, you become a different person. You become like an entity together, and it takes time to adjust to, again, then being single or alone, whatever that is. And so there's just a lot of things that I think that are done that are shady. And I think we have the right to talk about that. And that's just how I feel. Okay, wait. I have to make some pork chops before I get disowned by my family. I tried telling my husband to throw them in the air fryer. He's like, "Oh, the air fryer. I love that. I put some pork chops in like, you know, seasoning and sauce, and then I put it in the air fryer so it has the fried effect but not all the grease." My sons love that, using the air fryer. They don't know. They though it tastes fried, it ain't fried. I really tried to like Jessica Kent, but there was something I stopped trusting about her. People don't realize viewers can see through fakeness, and Jessica Kent isn't being honest about her recovery. And I agree. And I agree. I used to watch her at the beginning. I kind of noticed a change in her a while back and just quit watching. And that's the thing. So did I. So did I. I was watching some of Jessica's older videos, and she's definitely changed and not in the best way, to be honest. And I think so. Hi, Wanda, my beautiful Wanda Steves. And I agree. Yes. Oh my God. So thank you. I'm sorry. I'm always all over the place. Miranda, which is Peach, um, is at 800 subscribers. We really want to push her to 1,000. She does K-pop content. She loves K-pop bands and all of that. So if that's your interest, I would highly suggest that you subscribe. We're really trying to get her to 1K. We're really trying to push her to get her to 1K. She does have a lot of medical issues, not really putting her business out there, but she does have a lot of medical issues, and she really wants to reach 1K because, you know, she's on a fixed income and all of this stuff. And that little bit of gravy would really help her, you know. So if we could just subscribe to her channel, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. So that is her link, and we're really trying to get her to 1K because there were creators that helped me. I was stuck at like 800 for a long time, and creators pushed me and got me over that hump so quickly, and I will forever be grateful to them for that. And I think we should do that for other creators. That's things that should be done on this platform. And of course, Miranda is one of my friends, so, and she's a great person. I was a fan of hers for years, and I think it's obvious she's guilty of at least some of what Nicole is saying because she's constantly, yes, commenting on Nicole's videos. Yes, and that's what I think is weird too. I don't know. Exactly. It's not about the DV, it's about the other stuff she's not being honest about. And I agree. And so many people are defending her. And then that's the thing. I saw comments where um Jessica and even her fans or her ride or dies were coming at Nicole and saying, "Oh, your subscribers and your fans are attacking Jessica." Nicole lost her entire channel. Nicole has I think like 1,300, 1,400 subscribers right now. Jessica Kent has a million. So if we're really talking about a reach and an influence, 1 million and 1K. So I don't understand how Jessica's acting and her fans and Jason are acting as if Nicole's has more reach. And I think that Nicole's voice is loud. I heard Josh say that in his video, and I heard Nicole reiterate that yes, she does have a strong voice because she's consistent. She's not letting up. But when you talk about influence, power in numbers, Jessica has the power in numbers. So I don't think it's fair to say that Nicole's fans are, attacking Jessica at this rate where she can't take it. I don't understand that, and it doesn't make sense to me. And I haven't seen it. I've seen people sharing their opinion and calling her out on her stuff. And I don't. Again, nobody's above being held accountable. The environment that Jessica is in could be bad. It is. It is. When you're in recovery and you have kids, you shouldn't be around that stuff at all. People in recovery don't surround themselves with people that aren't clean. And I said that too, Katie. There's no way I could hang out socially with people that are using. And not because I think that I'm above them, because I will get high. Because I will get high. I would never sit here and be like, I won't hang out with nobody that's using because ill. No, that's not the thing. I will relapse. Why would I put myself in that situation to hang out with you and chill with you and you're getting high and endanger my recovery and endanger my whole way of life? Because people, it's not only about losing your sobriety, losing your job, you can lose your life. Your life. Addiction is a matter of life and death. It is literally playing Russian roulette every time you use. So I could basically lose my life. So I take that I'm terrified. So I won't put myself in that situation. I was in a relationship with my husband and he relapsed, and after a while I had to leave, and that was the hardest thing I ever had to do. And I say that because every time I say you shouldn't be around people that get high, I know that people that don't like me will be like, Selfie's a hypocrite. She was in a relationship with somebody that was using. Yes, my husband relapsed. I was with my husband 27 years, March, 27 years. And that was very hard to remove myself from that situation, because if I was to sit here and say I don't love my husband, that would be a lie. But I had to remove myself from that situation because it became too hard. It was too difficult. And it wasn't me wanting to get high, it was just the whole situation. I don't want to live that life. I don't want to live the life of an addict. And even though I wasn't using, I was still dealing with the consequences. Not having money, struggling all the time, all these things were consequences I was facing because my husband was using. So I removed myself. So everybody that likes to bring it up and throw it in my face, I did something about it. I did something about it. People are questioning her actions, not her experience with Reese. Exactly. Exactly, Honor Rose. Exactly right. Air fryers are amazing, Patty. Oh, you got to get one. Girl, all you do is press boop. That's it. You put it in the little pocket. You press air fry temperature. And that's it. Does everything else. It's like the easiest thing. It's like a microwave, but an air fry. It's amazing. I love it. Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yay. Don't call me out. I'll hide like hell. Listen, Megs. Megs is feisty. You don't want to mess with Megs. You could have bought subs, others have. Listen, but I wouldn't be fooling anybody but myself if I did that. And I'm not about the numbers. I know people that like to talk about that because, oh, selfie only has such and such, she doesn't get the big numbers. I appreciate even one person in my chat. That's not what it's about. If I wanted big numbers, I could do the drama and I could be really wicked. Because even, when people are nasty and really, really wicked to other people and have bashing sessions every time, there may be people that don't like them, but they will get the views, they will get the numbers because people still want to see it. People still want to see it. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want people to be here because they know Cindy's imperfect, but I'm not going to try to harm people purposely. I'm going to say some shit sometimes, like I did at the beginning of the stream. I had to come and address that, and I shouldn't have said shit about it, but it was bothering me, and I wanted to say it because I wanted to explain to people. I don't think that I'm something I'm not. I'm just a woman that enjoys makeup, and I love to celebrate other women. I My friends and women send me pictures of looks they do. I have somebody, my friend Vixie, who sends me her different hairstyles every time she dyes her hair, every time she does makeup. Wanda, so many people. They tell me about new palettes. That is just something that we have in common that we enjoy. I like taking selfies because I like to show the makeup looks. It's not about it being perfect and professional. That's not what it's about. It's about being able to relate and having things in common with people here that we enjoy it. So I don't understand why people have to be disrespectful. It's not harming anybody. If you don't like my intro, if you don't like my selfies, you don't like my channel, you don't have to be here. I didn't force her to watch my intro. I didn't force her to look at my selfies. Why are you going through my community tab looking at my selfies then? Why torture yourself? If I'm so ugly and my selfies are so bizarre, why torturing yourself by looking at them though? I didn't hold her eyelids open and make her look at it. Like, it makes no sense. Like, beat it. Get out of here. I'm sorry. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nicole is a good person. Jessica needs to leave her alone. And that's the weird thing. She watches everything Nicole does. Nicole has been very honest. Nicole has said that she spoke to Jason. Jason is Nicole. I mean, no, no. Jason is Jessica Kent's new boyfriend. Okay. And Nicole said that she spoke to him for over an hour. She was honest with she told everybody. And Jessica went into Nicole's TikTok the other day, a few days ago, and was in her chat saying, "Oh, we recorded that call." So, and then Jason uploaded a minute of an hour call where I guess he just said that he records everything. I guess trying to prove that Nicole knew I was recording her because I said I record everything. I don't know what he was trying to prove, but everything that Nicole said in that minute, she's said publicly. So it didn't have the effect I think he wanted it to have because Nicole hasn't lied or misrepresented anything, in my opinion, anything about this whole situation. She really hasn't. And that's the issue that things were misrepresented when Jessica came and did that video talking about Reese having been arrested. She did, I guess she recorded it May 23rd. I said 3 days later. And I noticed in my life, I kept saying Mandy. Sometimes I would say Mandy and then Mindy. It was Mindy. I don't know why. I kept saying Mandy, but I meant Mindy. So I apologize for that. But Jessica Kent, did that video, and did it a day after his arrest. She didn't even give herself time to process it or anything. And that's why it had a bad taste in our mouth. Like, damn, you couldn't even wait to give it a minute. You know what I mean? And then you omitted a lot of important information. It wasn't little miscellaneous things that weren't brought up. It was crucial things. She was vague. Oh, it was a vet, so that you can assume vet, he's a vet. It must have been one of his friends. And he was so out of his mind that he didn't even recognize his own friend. He was ready to snap on anyone. This was a stranger to him. This was a stranger to him. She added that veteran part so that we can speculate. Oh, okay, vet, he's a vet. They must have known each other. So she did these things leading her audience, spoon feeding her audience to go down the road that she was trying to lead them. And that is deceptive. And that is what we're talking about, those deceptive things that you're doing. Nobody questioned what she went through with Reese. Nobody's questioning that she should be back with him, that she should have dealt with it, that she should have put up with it. No, but your actions afterwards are not showing, are not following through with what you're saying. You're saying you got out of it because you want a better life. You're protecting you and your daughters, but then you put yourself in a more dangerous or just as dangerous situation. Not only is your sobriety at risk, your freedom is at risk, your children are at risk. You know what I mean? You're putting yourself in a situation where CPS can be called because if the police come and you're arrested, God forbid, CPS will be the next call that's made. So all these things, you're putting your whole life in jeopardy for what? You remove yourself from a bad situation, you remove yourself from a bad situation. You don't go and continue to live that lifestyle with somebody else. So that just leads me to think it was just about the man. You didn't want that man anymore. It wasn't about the things specifically, because you went to a guy that's using, relapsing, still struggling, but you're not putting his business out there, but the father of your daughter. And I say daughters because he adopted her older daughter. So I know that he is biologically the father of her youngest daughter. So when I say daughters, that's just what I mean. But you were quick to throw him under the bus and out, that, all these things that he's doing continuously in great detail, when you're seeing a guy that is using and selling and has, I listen to recordings. I've been listening to so much. And I listened to a call, I think between Mindy and Jason, where Jason's just specifying, oh, you said Jessica had a sex worker in her basement. It was my basement. Okay. All right. So it wasn't her basement specifically. She's still surrounding herself with that activity, with drugs and all this stuff. It's like you're trying to distinguish little things that don't matter. You know what I mean? Like you have a big picture and one little thing is out of sync and you're focusing on that little thing. No, we're talking about the big picture, not the little things. Like I don't get it. And it's all manipulative to me. It's all manipulative to me. So sorry. Yeah, well, I know I'm waiting for you to post, girl. You need to post again because I love your videos. Which I was telling Nicole a few years ago. I talked to her personally outside of YouTube, and a comment she made to me made me side eye to her then. But I was like, oh, she's just a YouTuber. And that's the thing, we give credit to people because they're YouTubers, but no, we're, and she's a bigger creator, but she started just where I'm at. Everybody starts at one subscriber and you grow and whatever. But because she's at 1 million now, she had to start exactly where I am. We've all started at the same place. You know what I mean? And you can never forget where you came from or the people that were there for you when you were just beginning. And you have to stay true to that. Like, especially people in the recovery and all of these communities, because again, her brand, her whole channel was built on her being honest and transparent, like she says. And she's not being, she's not, there's no way that I can say with a straight face that she's being honest. She's not. She's been caught out there, and the proof has been out there. Mindy showed, sorry, DMs. Jessica showed some exact DMs proving that Mindy's DMs, she actually reinforced the fact that Mindy's DMs were real and weren't fake or counterfeit, but she hasn't addressed the things in those DMs that she needed to address. Had she got in front of it when she opened this door, because I said that in my video months ago, Jessica Kent opened this door. She came at Mindy. I don't think Mindy would have ever exposed Jessica Kent had Jessica Kent not come on her platform and tried to get people not to support Mindy's business. So Mindy was like, oh, really? That's what we doing? Okay. Toma, right here. She opened that door and then could not handle it when people started walking through it. Oh, you want to open that door? Okay, let me come in and wipe my feet on your damn floor too. And that's what happened. She started this. She came at Mindy and tried to get her to destroy her. Somebody that came to her for help, that needed help, and that relapsed. And that is also a recurring theme. Mindy relapsed, she threw her under the bus. Reese relapsed, she threw him under the bus. For somebody that's supposed to be an advocate for people, you come in, you tell people how to stay clean, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. That is not the behavior, in my opinion, of somebody that helps people in recovery. It's about protecting your own recovery and mental health. Why would she want to put herself at risk by being around people that are using, unless she is using herself, in my opinion? And I agree. I agree. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate you. Sorry, excuse me. Thinking, oh, some YouTubers just don't give a fuck about us, but I thought she was my friend. But no, there are some YouTubers that actually do care. She doesn't. And there are some YouTubers that are just here for the money, and that's okay. That's just how it is. But it's important for people to know that. Hey, Mustang Sally, how are you, sweetie? It's important, and it does hurt, especially if you talk to somebody privately and you think that you've built this relationship and then you realize they really didn't care. That's hurtful. And I do think that she's trying to preserve her image. But what image? I don't understand. You're a YouTuber, a content creator who talks about having been in prison, having had been an addict. And I'm not saying that those are terrible things, but I'm saying, what image? It would be so easy, in my opinion, to come and say, I messed up. I fell. I fucked up. I fucked up. I think that so many people would embrace that and understand that, because it makes you more human. It makes you more relatable. Like, damn, you see, even somebody that big with that much of an influence is just as human as me. And I think that that would have connected her to her audience more. But now her ego is huge, and I understand, the more your platform grows. I don't know what that is, because I'm not there, but I can imagine, you know what I mean, that you have this persona that you feel that you have to keep up with, keeping up with the Joneses. I get it. But you can't lose that authenticity that got you all those subscribers in the first place. That is what people connected to. And when you lose that relatability, you lose a lot of your core audience, because they feel like they can't relate to you anymore. Just like people that started from the bottom and now have all this fame and stuff, from social media, and now get these big houses and extravagant things and start showing everybody. And it's okay to be proud about what you've worked hard for, but it's another thing to be tone deaf when people all around you are struggling. We're in a recession, going into a depression, hopefully not, but that's what it seems like. And when you're flaunting shit, you're buying needless purchases all the time, you lose your relatability to people that once were able to relate to you. And I think that she's lost a lot of her relatability because she's not willing to admit that she fucked up, that she's human, that recovery is an ongoing battle. I will have to keep my recovery up front every day of the rest of my life, because the day that I put it in my pocket and try to forget about it is the day I will fall. And I think that she's lost sight of that. The bigger a content creator gets, the harder it is for them to have the personal touch. I agree. And it does become harder. The larger your audience gets, the larger, like, if you do live streams, keeping up with hundreds and thousands of people in your stream is nearly impossible to remember people on that level. So I understand that. But still, keeping who you authentically are, that shouldn't change. Who you inherently are shouldn't change. Being able to have more personal interactions with people, of course, that changes. Nobody's recovery is strong enough to be around people that have drugs around them. It doesn't matter how much clean and sober time you have. And that's why it's important to be around exactly clean, sober people. And I will always say that. Hi, sweetie. Thank you. And that's why I will always say that. I will always say that People in recovery should not hang around people that use drugs. And it's not to be cold, or socially you shouldn't. Now if you work in recovery, of course, because I know counselors that were once addicts that now counsel people in addiction. That's very different. If you're doing it professionally, then you have to be around it, but I'm talking about socially. You should not put yourself in that situation. Thank you. Thank you. So it's not a weird like stalker thing, because you can connect even outside of, I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. I don't think that that's weird. I have so many friends that I met through the internet. So many that I talk to a lot. And I'm still such a small creator that I'm able to do that. And I'll be always forever grateful for the relationships that I'm building, so that maybe if one day I am at like 10K, because that's as big as I ever think I will maybe get on the internet, because I'm not trying to be YouTube famous. I'm not in my 20s, like trying to do TikToks and shit, like go viral and shit. I'm not trying that shit. Like them days are long past. I just come here and talk about things that I really love. And this is therapeutic for me, being able to talk to you guys. I really enjoy it so much. So that's why I do it. If it ever doesn't become fun, I'll be like, okay, guys, gotta go. I don't know, some person that I had never seen before, and now I've seen them in a few comment sections today, and I'm like, okay, I thought that they were just, I thought that they were a sock account, but I guess they are just a person in those communities now that I'm entering. And I just thought it was unnecessary to come at me and say, talk about I'm not pretty enough. And it's petty. It's petty shit. It's not like it got under my skin. I just thought it was gross for other people to see. You don't, grown women, why is that your go-to? If you thought I said something in my live, you giving me criticism, but you came at me about my looks. You came at me about my intro, about my selfies. Like, what? How does that affect you? How does that affect you? Again, nobody twisted your arm and made you come watch my channel. Like, girl, if you want me to take a selfie, I'll take one for you, girl. I'll take one for you. Because obviously, it's not, girl, stop playing. Stop playing. Hey, what the F? I'm telling you. I just be having my moments. Listen, do you think that I give a fuck? Look at my hair. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I don't know. They got me twisted. They got me twisted. I am not the person that comes here, with a blouse all the time. Like, bro, don't care. This is me. I'm not trying to date you after this, girl. I'm not. I'm not. I don't like nasty girls anyway. I like girls that are nice and, encourage other women. I don't like women like that. Want to stick up your nose at somebody. Girl, bye. Yes. Okay. So that's what I want to talk about. So, because I get on a side tangent. All right. Let me read the comments and then yeah, exactly. She said the same shit. She didn't change shit. Best not to feed the troll. I know, Bliss. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I asked him to release the entire recording. He won't. I think he is caught up in a messy situation. What the F? I agree. I agree. I think that he's coming to her defense, as any guy would and any girl would. But there comes a time where you have to hold your partner accountable. Like, okay, listen, if we're not going to tell the truth, we just shouldn't say anything. There comes a time where if you're not going to be honest, you're not going to address it, don't say anything. But you're making it actively worse. And sometimes when you're in active addiction, you're not thinking clearly. You're not thinking clearly. And I think that that is what's happening with him. He's not thinking clearly. He doesn't see a problem with having sent somebody to Reese's house. And he said, we were once friends. Yeah, before you started sleeping with his ex fiance, like, what? How? And then he says that, like, we were friends. Yeah, then you started sleeping with his fiance. I don't think he considers you a friend anymore, homie. Like, I don't think, and please don't come, oh, he used to cop from me. Yeah, copping is very different, bro. Let's not get it twisted, okay? But you took you started sleeping with his fiance, who's now his ex-fiance. I would guarantee you he does not consider you a friend. He does not care that you want to show concern. Forget, no, please. I don't understand. And the thing is that they really think that we're gonna buy into that and believe that. It makes no sense. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. Mm. Sorry, I'm so hot, guys. Sorry. Hey, Steven. I'm making progress because of you and your selfies. My self talk now includes reminders about get offline and do your real life. That's oh, thank you, Steven Crisco. I love you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's right. I tell all my friends, and that's what it's about. Having friends like this, and they make it all worth it. So thank you for that. She can't keep up with her lies. She can't keep up with her lies. She really can't. We've not had a name. I was hoping to get the name and stick my boot up someone's. What the hell? I was gonna do that, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to put them on blast. They aren't together anymore, so I don't understand her needing to update. Exactly, exactly. They aren't together anymore. So what he does, I understand that it affects her. So I have to be careful how I say that because I understand that they're in a custody fight for visitation and stuff. So what he does affects her, but I don't understand why she had to bring it to her audience, right? Like me and my husband are not in the same home anymore, right? I'm in Jersey, he's in New York. What he does on a daily basis doesn't immediately affect me. I haven't come here and given any updates on what my husband's up to now. Like, first of all, there's nobody's business. I didn't even want to have to come and say my husband relapsed. I was kind of, my arm was twisted into doing that, but I didn't feel like it was my place to share his story. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And I think that she's letting her emotions take over, and it's a way to keep her audience in this, oh, poor Jessica, because I know that when she shared that she had to leave and all of this stuff, because all of this stuff that happened, she got a lot of attention. And she's a big creator. But she was like, oh, shoot, this went crazy and all of this. So she wanted to keep that momentum going, and she couldn't. And also she started getting a lot of criticism. Hi, Pixie Dust, how are you? Thank you so much. Yeah, I fucks with Nicole. I do. I think that she's a genuine honest person, and she owns her shit, and that's all it's about. It's not about perfection. Perfection is not reality. As human beings, there's no way we can do that. We can put on a facade, we can pretend to be as close to perfection as possible, but that will always crumble because it's impossible to maintain. So I don't expect anybody to be perfect because I am flawed AF, flawed as fuck. But I just expect people to be real. You know what I mean? That's it. I would never come and shame somebody for being a felon. I am a felon. I am a two-time felon. I wouldn't shame anybody for having been an addict. I was also an addict, but I've never come here. And there's certain aspects of my life that I've never shared here, again, because it doesn't just affect me. It affects my sons, it affects my family, my parents, my brothers. So I haven't shared as much as I would like to have shared because things have been weaponized against me as well. I've been addict shamed multiple times here, which is okay now. It doesn't bother me anymore. It used to. My skin has thickened a lot and it doesn't bother me anymore. Um, but it bothers me for other people because there were many people that would DM me, and it would hurt them and it would discourage them from ever sharing their story publicly because they didn't want to be shamed like that or spoken to like that, or people to start treating them differently because they had shared that they had an addiction history. And that made me sad for people. And then there were people that came forward and shared their story. I had my beautiful friend Steven come up and Bliss Chris come up and a few other people come up and share their stories. And that made me so happy because that is the point, you know? Hi, Viva La Roca. How are you, my beautiful girl? if they broke up, why does Jessica care about? And I think she'll always care about what he does, Mikey, because they do have kids together. Hey, Nicole, my girl. Thank you, sweetie. And I understand they will always be connected because they have children, and I think that that is the thing that Jessica has to remember as well. No matter what happens, they will always be connected. Her children, or biologically her youngest daughter, is a part of her and him. So everything she puts out there about him, in essence, affects her daughter. And no matter what your daughters feel now, like she said, oh, my daughter doesn't want to talk to him or whatever, in the future they may feel differently. And you still put out this image of their father. And I don't think it was for anything positive. I think it's because she's mad, and because, again, she wants vindication. She wants people to, because people have been calling her out, and she thought that would be a way for people to stop. She watches everything Nicole puts out. She's in Nicole's comment sections. She was in Nicole's chat and her TikToks. Even Jason, they watch everything, and I don't understand, um, if you're not bothered, or if it's not true, why you watch everything Nicole puts out, right? If you really feel like she's not telling the truth, I honestly wouldn't be so involved to watch somebody who I feel like is just not telling the truth on me. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm not gonna watch you. I'm not gonna give, because what you're doing is you're giving Nicole's content more credibility. She is. She doesn't realize it. The more she's in her comment section, the more in real time she's in her chat. People can see. You can talk all you want, but people can see through it, except for people that don't want to see through it. The ride or dies. And I get it, because I was there. I was there. I was one of those that didn't want to see it. I didn't talk about it for a long time because I didn't want to believe it at first. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to talk about it. I was like, no, this can't be happening. But then watching it all, I was like, okay, I can't deny this anymore. I can't deny this anymore. No, this is not right. This is not right. What she did to Mindy wasn't right. What she's done to Nicole is not right. The way she's speaking about Reese, no matter what Reese has done, is not right, because it affects her daughters. Again, if it's not affecting her daughters now, it will in the future. It is on the internet forever. It will affect his prospects for a job in the future. It can affect his freedom. All these things, and these are things that you shouldn't want to happen to him. If he's in an active addiction, you should want him to get help. If not for him, if not for you, for your daughters. For your daughters. I don't wish anything bad on my husband. Ever. He's the father of my children. I can't imagine my children being hurt because something bad happened to their father. That is what I think about my sons, how much they love their father regardless. They may get angry at him, disappointed, but they love him. That is their father. And that is why I think she needs to wait. She needs to stop. She's emotional. She's angry. She's all these things. And this is why I don't think she should talk about it right now, because her emotions are raw. And she should wait till her emotions are not at the surface, because then I think she can talk about it more level headed, if she's going to talk about it at all. But you can't drop little pieces and not drop it all. That's just how I feel. Like, I just think it's all Gije. It's all game. Like, she's trying to run game on us. Like, oh, I couldn't share this. I was only able to share that. But then she also said, when somebody questioned it, it's public record. She even said it. I put up a short where she's saying in that video where she's talking about his arrest, preemptively, she's telling people, she already knew people were gonna be like, why are you doing this? It's public record. But then immediately when Nicole corrects her, she says a detective may be coming to talk to you because you weren't supposed to release this. But you just released it, and when you thought people would come at you, you said it was public record. This is the thing, that she's saying one thing, but she's doing another, and expects people to blindly not question it. I don't. I'm dumbfounded at it. I'm dumbfounded at it. I know, Viva. I'm talking about Jessica Kent, who has 1 million subscribers. Um, it's a lot. Just type in Jessica Kent, and you will see the rabbit hole that is Jessica Kent. And you will definitely see Nicole. This is Nicole right here. She has been, yeah, she hasn't been letting the bullshit fly. And I think that it's important because, again, when you're in the recovery or addiction community, people will take what you say as gospel. People will take what you say as a manual. So you have to be very careful what you say because people will take it as law. So I want to know who called cops first. That woman who didn't want info out. I'm speculating what the F, that's who I think did it. That's who I think did it. Who cares what basement it was? I know, Nicole, that's the bullshit. Right? It wasn't, it was it was Fulano's basement. Were you there? Yeah, but it wasn't my basement. I don't pay the rent there. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Right? It doesn't matter. It's so stupid. She still admitted to text saying she F Jason but left out the M pipe part, right? Admitting to one part but ignored the other. Exactly. Hi, Audi. How are you, beautiful girl? Jealous Nicole. I just got back from a cruise to Bermuda and the beach there. What the hell, girl? I know. I'm still mad about that. I want to go. Okay, hold on. I wanted to read something real quick. I wanted to read some of these comments. Jessica built her whole channel on her being sober and in recovery, talking about prison reform and her experience. That was all a lie, and we are adding it all up. I agree, and I think, hi Megan, how are you? So nice to have you here. And I think that she is so engulfed in that lifestyle. Like she wants to, I was a dealer and all of these things. I'm ashamed of things that I did in my addiction. I'm ashamed that I'm a two-time felon because I was so dumb and so stupid and made the wrong decisions. Like I would never glorify that because I want people to learn from my mistakes. Jail is not the place to be. I messed up my whole record. There were things I wanted to do, jobs I wanted to have that were immediately out of reach in my 20s because of my stupidity. So these are the things that I talk about. I do talk about things that I have that happened to me in jail, in my members only, really, because again, things get weaponized against me, and I don't want to see it all over YouTube, and I don't want my sons to see it all over YouTube. So I share it in a closed behind the paywall. That way, it can't be sprawled all over YouTube. But I do talk about jail. It scared me straight. It changed my life. I would never act like I want to be in that lifestyle. When you're really in that lifestyle, that's just like you see kids that want to talk about gangs or want to join gangs when they're in their 20s because they think it's cool. But kids that were like New York, I'm from New York, kids that had no choice but to join gangs because they needed protection or they needed a sense of belonging. When they saw what that life was, they tried to get out of it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's the thing. When you're really in that, you don't want to be in that. And people that want to glorify that, that to me, that just shows that it's it's a front, in my opinion. It's a front. Like that's not a real thing. Being from the hood, nobody wants to be from the hood. Nobody wants to. I'm not gonna volunteer. Can I go move to the hood? Like, let's be honest. No, hell no. People want to move out of that and do better. So you're glorifying things like that. Like that's the thing to do. And like, no, it's not. It's really not. And pulling Mindy's paperwork like that, trying to say she's a rat. Yeah, exactly. And we don't know what have happened with people, what people have gone through. I just think that that's very scary. And that's the thing. She wants to live that bout it lifestyle. Like calling her a rat and a snitch and all this shit. Like not everybody lives by the code of the streets. You know what I mean? And there are people that weren't brought up with that belief. Again, I'm from New York. You don't talk, you keep your mouth shut, all of this stuff. But not everybody was brought up with those beliefs. Some people gonna call 911. I'm gonna call 911. You come to my house and put my children or meet my sons, they grown at risk, or I think you're gonna harm me, think I'm gonna try to fight you, I'm a 911. Yes. Snitch all day. I don't live by the code of the streets anymore. I'm not in that lifestyle anymore. When I was in that lifestyle, I knew better. You don't call police, you don't talk, you don't do any of that. Right now, you think you're gonna come to my house and harm me, I'm gonna call 911 with the quickness. Your ass going to jail and I'm going to wave while they handcuffing your ass. I don't live by the code of the streets anymore. I do not. She doesn't keep anything private about her close friends or partner. All she does is proving she can't be trusted. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. She relies on the money. I know. I know. Oh, okay. Oh, see, Elizabeth, now you got me like chomping at the bit. I know I'm waiting for Nicole to be able to drop those bombs too, but I gotta wait. I gotta wait. Jason told me I shouldn't be popping my mouth off for telling him he was wrong. Who is he to tell you? Like, this is the thing. Who the hell is he to tell you you can't have an opinion? First of all, if you put it publicly on YouTube, everybody has the right to their opinion. You want to put up a video, people have the right to be in the comment section. Like, he came at Elizabeth because Elizabeth said, girl. And he said, who's a girl? Like, so petty. He was so fucking petty. I'm like, that's a figure of speech. Like, girl, get out of here. He was like, who's a girl? Like, I was just like, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. So let me read these comments because I just thought they were so fucking ridiculous. He's so bothered too. He's so bothered. Where was it? It was so funny. Oh, Elizabeth said, girl, question mark. Again, how's it make what y'all did right? Because he's putting up like he put up the police like a webcam or a ring light cam to show that a police officer went there. First of all, okay, you showed that a police officer went there. How do we know you didn't show Reese at the house? Nobody even answered the door. So we didn't get to hear the officer say anything. So you just showed that an officer went to the house. Yes, nobody's disputing that you've had officers come to the house. And I don't think people should be calling the cops needlessly or whatever. But having an officer of the law do a wellness check is 1,000 times better than having a rando knock at your door at 1 o'clock in the morning and be like, hey, dude that's humping your ex-fiance, yeah, he sent me here. What? What? How is that the same thing? Hi, Lainey Lynn. How are you, beautiful girl? How is that even in the same fucking universe? Same stratosphere? It's not. So then he says, who's a girl? Just didn't ask me to send our friend to check. I did. Why wouldn't he say, just didn't ask me to send my friend? He said, just didn't ask me to send our friend. So you're trying to exclude her by still including her. Like, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Yeah, package deal right now. Because yeah, are a package deal. That's how it goes. And I know it's so annoying that she's definitely not sober right now and she'd be acting way different. And I agree, and that's the thing. I can see the signs, and I don't like to say people are using, but you can see the signs and you can see the changes in behavior and just the dishonesty. And she's so adamant. Bro, I swear, like, she sees Nicole as a threat. She does. I don't care what anybody says. Because somebody that I don't see as a threat or I don't care about their opinion, I'm not going to watch their videos. I'm definitely not going to comment. Comment, DM them. That's not a thing. I've never done that. Especially somebody with 1 million subscribers. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with 1 million subscribers go to that length. She even, DM'd Wildflower Tea. Like, what are you doing? Why is this so important? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Nicole or Wildflower Tea, but they are much smaller creators. And these much smaller creators, you feel the need to watch everything they do. That to me is a little weird. It's a little out of character. I know people that have 1 million subscribers that don't even really ever comment back to people in their comment section. And I think it's a good thing if you could comment every once in a while. But I know I can't even imagine 1 million subscribers. It would be nearly impossible to comment to people. But she's watching lives in real time and commenting and seems a bit consumed with it. Seems a bit consumed with it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I was questioning her when she condoned the whole California sober BS with Demi Lovato. Nope, you're either clean and sober or you're not. Yep, and I don't mean THC. I agree. I'll get an old plantation house with lots of land if I made it big. Me too. I would buy a house. I would buy a house and pay it. That way my sons never have to worry. I would pay it all so my sons would always have a place to live. That's one thing my parents taught me. My parents bought an apartment, they have their house, and that way they know their kids are always settled. My parents are very smart. Invest in something that you'll always be able to have, and your family will never be homeless. That's important, very smart. People gain wealth and material things. I guarantee they are not any happier. Money doesn't make people happy. How many people that are extremely rich still end it all, and they have so much money they don't know what to do with themselves anymore, and a lot of them overdose on drugs. It doesn't make you happy. It may make you happy for a moment, but you have to get that from within. Seriously, happiness comes from within. I know that sounds so corny, but it's the fucking truth. I know I can't hang out with people who take pills to get messed up. Fact of my life forever. Me too. Me too. I can't hang around people. I will fall eventually. I will, you know? And I can't do that to myself. Hey, Wildflower Tea. How are you, shorty pie? My girl. And I like Jason also. I mean, when he got out, was doing good, and I'm sure he can be good, but he's not doing good right now, and is literally her puppet. And I did think I did like a year ago the interviews and all of that, and I did think he was a pretty decent guy. And again, things change you. Drugs change you. They change your personality. They change your way of thinking. They make you grimy. You do grimy shit when you're using, because that's the way of life when you're using. It's a grimy, shady, shifty world. You know, I don't know if anybody's ever seen Sin City, that movie. Okay, I know people have seen Batman, the original Batman with Michael Keaton. Do you guys remember how dark Gotham City always is? It's always dark and raining. That is how my addiction felt to me. My addiction felt dark all the time, mainly because I was like a vampire out at night running from the sun. Because you see normal people going to work, you're running from the sun, you don't want people to see you. So my addiction, my life was so dark. And it's full of those seedy people because you're in those shifty ass places. You're going to see the cop man and get drugs and all of that. Lifestyle is very dark, very depressing. And I don't want to live in that. I want to live in the light. I wake up early every morning. I go to bed early every night. My whole life is different. My whole life is different. And I have good days and bad days. Like today wasn't such a good day for me, but it got better. I'm here, I'm talking to you guys, and you guys made me feel better. You know, anybody who saw the beginning of my life saw I was on some bullshit in the beginning. And I apologize for that. I apologize. I shouldn't have even mentioned that troll or whatever. But I was in that kind of shit, but I feel better now. So I know that a full year after quitting smoking, I still think about it sometimes, and drugs are worse than that. Drugs are worse than that. Drugs are worse than that. There were times where I would have drug dreams, and those lasted for a long time. I don't have those anymore, thank God. But they were so real and so vivid and terrifying, terrifying. So even doing it professionally takes time, Cindy. Yeah, I agree. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that so much. Jessica would have her support 100% if she chose to be honest. I believe she's fearful to come clean, either because of her girls or her image. And I understand being afraid to come clean because you feel like people are going to call CPS on you. But that's why you don't do it right then, right? You go, you get yourself together, you start making meetings, whatever that looks like for you guys. Whatever it looks like, sorry, let me, because I'm all the way back. Whatever that looks like for you, making meetings, going into inpatient, doing outpatient, extensive outpatient, you go and you do that. You get yourself right. A few weeks later, after you're already back on the road, you're back on the wagon, so to speak, then you can come and share about it. I don't expect you to have used yesterday and come tomorrow and be like, I relapsed. No, because you're putting yourself in danger of CPS being called. And then when they come, you have to give a drug test and you're going to test positive and all of the, I understand that legitimate fear. That is why you work on it. You shut up, stop lying, and work on it and do the damn thing. Again, whatever people's recovery looks like for them, because I don't tell people what their recovery should look like for them. I know what works for me, and I don't know what works for somebody else. Maintenance medications. I was on maintenance medications, so that's why I never down it. And I understand it looks different for everyone, but it's about being honest with yourself and doing it, getting yourself back on track. And then afterwards saying, guys, I had messed up. Yeah, I had relapsed. If that's what you choose, but she's lying. She's saying she didn't happen. And then she's being like abrasive about it. Like, yeah, and please don't tell me because he looked bad that I need help and yada, yada, yada. She doesn't understand. Like, if somebody's using constantly and you're chilling with them, of course, people are going to question you. When I was living with my husband, people questioned me. People that knew privately what was going on, they had questions. They didn't know, can Cindy still be sober and in recovery if her husband's relapsing? And some people didn't think I could, and I definitely was. So I understand. Hi, Mandy, how are you? Thank you. Yes, take some accountability. Exactly, Mandy. I agree. That's all it's about. I don't understand how it's so hard. That's fucking ridiculous. You're beautiful and who cares? Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. I'm a good person. Not everybody thinks that, but honestly, like it's so ridiculous, bro. Fuck out of my face. Talking about my selfies. Now they make me want to go and do a whole photo shoot. Like, I'm gonna do a photo shoot like this though. I'm gonna do the ugliest selfie. Oh, yes. I hate when I do that because I look at myself and I look horrible. You want to see some ugly selfies? I could take some for you. I could take some for you. Sorry. Sorry. I just looked at myself and I looked crazy. And taunting him, sending, oh my God, yes, yes. So much. Sending, antagonizing somebody that you said, that's not smart. That's not smart. Somebody that is mentally not well, excuse me, that you had to get a protective order against. Again, I'm not questioning the DV, but you had to get a protective order. Why would you antagonize and taunt him? And I think that it is again about moving Reese where they want him. Let's antagonize him so he could act out, so that police will need to be called, so we can have all these reports, so that when I go to court, there's no chance of him ever getting custody. And I understand it's scary when you're going through something like that to think about possibly losing custody of your kids. I get it. I get it all. I get it all. But it's about the way you handle it. She's not handling it properly, in my opinion. She's not. She's trying to destroy his reputation, which again, it has a trickle effect. It can affect his work prospects. He has a nice job, makes money. That money that would definitely go to your daughters, because if he's in debt, like she said, then he's behind on the payments of child support, which in turn your daughters suffer from, because that's money and support that they're not getting now. So I would want to help my husband succeed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go do well, because you owe me some damn child support. You know what I mean? Don't trip the dude up. Don't trip him up because you're tripping up your daughters. I don't know. I get kind of hyper. Sorry, guys. They were trying to send Reese a message letting him know, hey, we know where you live and can send someone over exactly. And when you have a protective order, it works both ways. It works both ways. You're not supposed to, no contact means no contact, not through a third party, no one. You're not supposed to have anyone contact them. You know what I mean? So I don't understand that she doesn't understand it works both ways. You're not supposed to contact him or have your boyfriend send somebody over to his house. Why didn't Jason call the police? Like somebody called anonymously, a woman, right, to do a wellness check. Why didn't Jason call anonymously or whatever and have the police go there if he was legitimately worried, like he said? He was my friend. I was legitimately worried. So you send a big dude to his house at 1 o'clock in the morning, not even during the day, normal time where he wouldn't be in that frame of mind. 1 o'clock in the morning, a big ass dude knocks on your door. I'm gonna be fearful. Anybody's gonna be fearful. Like it's just, and I feel like I have to keep saying the same thing that is common sense, but she keeps trying to argue these points as if we're not gaslighting. And I hate that word because it's used so much, but it's true. You're gaslighting the shit out of us. You're telling us we're not seeing what we see. We're not hearing what we hear. She is good people. Nicole is good people. She's honest, she's funny, she owns her shit, and that's all that matters to me. I don't expect people to be perfect. Like that's crazy. Like Cindy, you know what I mean? Like I can't, but I expect people to just be honest, be who you are. Yes, yes, Waffler, that's exactly who she is. Due to her own action and words not adding up. Exactly, and that's the thing. All of this is coming because she keeps on making it worse. Just stop. You know, she exacerbated it all by doing that to Reese. There was no reason to do an update. There wasn't. There wasn't. You move on. You know, you're living somewhere else. You already have all these people criticizing, and I think that that was the thing. It was like Nicole calls Jessica deflection Kent, and that's what it is. It was to deflect. Look, you know, I was right. Look, he's violent. He, you know, was doing pew pew pews, you know, like the Wild Wild West. He's violent. He's dangerous, like she said to Nicole. He's dangerous and all this stuff, trying to get people to see it from her point of view. And again, one thing has nothing to do with the other. If you he has people, if he keeps calling the cops on you, which he shouldn't do, doesn't give you an excuse to have somebody go to his house and intimidate him. I don't see, and if you're saying that you're of a sober mind, you should know better, right? If you're saying he's not lucid, he's manic using, what's your excuse then for acting that way? If you're saying you're not using, you haven't used, you have all these tools in your tool belt, your recovery tool belt, right? Why are you not utilizing those tools right now? Because it doesn't seem like she is. It doesn't seem like she is. You're reacting, you're doing everything that goes against what you're saying that you stand for. And that's, I will keep saying that because I'm not here to dog her. And before any of her ride or dies come in my comment section, I was you. I was you. I was a ride or die. I was a fucking supporter for years. And I watched it silently and I was like, damn it, nah, this is not happening. I didn't want to believe it until I couldn't deny it anymore. So please don't come in my comment section being disrespectful to me because I have an opinion. And I saw it, I watched it, I saw the DMs, I've watched so many videos, so many from so many perspectives. I listened to Jessica's own words. I listened to Jason. I saw it all. And I came to my own decision. So please don't tell me what my eyes are seeing, what my ears are hearing, and what my gut is telling me. See, exactly. That's not because you're hiding shit. You aren't saying things to protect your children. You're not saying things and just purposely leaving. And that's why I don't say it at all. You know, I wouldn't come and leave things out. I just don't have the right to do that. And again, my sons are grown. My sons are grown, and I understand that they've seen it and all of that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Once I put it out there in the public, and that's what people don't understand. This, everything happens in a matter of instantaneously now on the internet, right? You know how before you would send a letter. When I was locked up, there was no such thing as, you wouldn't, we didn't have emails to each other. Everything was snail mail. You had to send a letter, wait for people to write you back. That shit took forever. So things didn't happen. News didn't travel as fast. News travels immediately, right? And so everybody finds out about it. Kids in her kids' classes. I don't understand how she doesn't think that parents of kids that are in her kids' school won't see it. And if her, you know, the parents are talking about it in front of their kids and their kids go and then they talk to the daughters about it, that is a possibility. And as her daughters grow, the possibility of classmates seeing all of this is so high that now they may have to deal with it at school because their mother chose to put all of this out there. Putting your own story, your inspiration, your help to people, that is a wonderful thing to do. Her platform, when she was talking about prison stories and all of that, I thought it was an amazing thing. But putting all of that out, all of that information that never had to be out there publicly, I think that it's doing it harm. And if it isn't doing harm now, presently to her daughters, the possibility, even the chance and the thought that I could do harm to my sons in the future, if my sons were school age and they had to go and, their friends had to go and make fun of my sons, oh, your mom's, your dad is this and that and that, that would kill me. That would kill me. My sons are adults. They understand. They don't have to worry about that peer pressure. They don't have to go to school and deal with kids making fun of them or calling their father a crackhead, calling their mother a crackhead. They're adults. You don't want to say that to my sons anyway, but I'm saying in general, her kids are young. The possibility of them having to deal with that in school is a great possibility. And she's not taking that into consideration because she's allowing her emotions to get the better of her. Her needs, her wants are getting the better of her. And that's all I'm saying. From one mother to another. Again, I'm far from perfect. Trust me, I'm still making amends to my sons from shit that I did to them 22 years ago. What do you guys think about her airing out documenting her journey of her abuse? That, Megan, and I didn't even see your comments. That is my point. That is my point. This is why I only shared my husband's relapse, that he relapsed. I didn't share any stories, any details of anything that we went through because my sons, even though my sons are grown, I don't want my sons to see that. I've never spoken about my childhood trauma on here because I never want that's something my sons should never have to hear. My sons don't know about my childhood trauma details. They will never know that. I don't need my sons to have their brains and their hearts burdened with that. For what? So that I could traumatize my sons with my childhood trauma? So my sons can carry that on when they can't, there's nothing they can do about that. I speak about that with my therapist. I speak to a counselor about my childhood trauma. I don't share it because I don't want to trigger and traumatize anybody. And my sons, again, one of my sons watches religiously. I don't ever want to do that to him. Hi, Amy Francis. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. So there's certain things that I will never share. I'm sorry, but I won't. I'm doing a video tomorrow to clarify some things on this situation with Jessica because because I feel like Jessica Kent is a bit confused on why people are calling her out. Clarification is needed, I believe. And I think I would love, I can't wait, Wildflower. I will be waiting for that with bells on. And I think it's important. She doesn't seem to understand. I don't think she wants to understand why so many people are speaking up. And it was true. Nicole was the only voice. She was the only voice speaking out. And I'm so glad that other people are speaking out. And it's not to gang up on Jessica Kent. It's not trying to bully her or harass her. It's not. We're not here talking, victim shaming her, victim blaming her. I don't want to talk about her DV because, excuse me, I don't have that right. And I would never, ever second guess somebody's experience with that. Never. But I just want to talk about everything else that it's not adding up. Her stories aren't adding up. They aren't. And I don't think that that has to do with the other. You know what I mean? Abuse is not okay, but it seems like Jessica is thriving on her victimizing herself. I'd prefer to one, know Jessica and her girls are okay, two, abuse awareness content instead of put down. Amen, Megan. Amen. Tell people, give women or men, because it happens to men a lot. And a lot of men don't talk about it, don't report it because of the huge stigma associated with men reporting it. Um, and I think that telling people and educating people on how to get out of it safely, because the most dangerous time is when a person is about to leave or leaves, and things like that, giving people resources, all of that, but putting out information that's harmful in real time isn't going to help anyone, you know? Later down the road, if she wants to share her past experience, again, the emotions won't be so raw. So the way she will tell the story, I think, will be totally different. And again, that's just my advice. I can't tell anybody what to do on their platform. I can't. But when you come and you tell half truths and you leave out important details of stories just to make the father of your daughters look bad, I don't know what kind of reception she thought she was going to get. From her fans, of course, they're going to be like, yes, girl, yes, yes, you can't do any wrong. But other people are going to be like, that's a little fucked up. Especially somebody that was an addict that is in recovery. You don't do that to somebody suffering in recovery. The amount of self deprecation you feel when you're in active addiction, you feel like a failure. You feel helpless, hopeless. You feel like you let everybody down and you need support. You need support. And if she can't support him, then just back away and allow others to try to support him. I don't expect her to be his shoulder to cry on after everything they've been through, but you also don't have to keep throwing a wrench in everything that he's trying to do. Allow him. You have a no contact order, right? That's it. Go on with your life. Try to do the best you can right now and hopefully allow him to try to grow from it. And if he doesn't, then you have removed yourself from the situation and you don't have to deal with it on a daily basis. But this is not it. It's not it in my opinion. She should be waiting to discuss these things until a later date when things have settled and she's had time to deal and process. I agree. I agree. Sorry, exactly, Cindy, because her blinded followers will believe her. But to me, I'm like, every time she talks, it's a damn lie. And after it clicks for me, you see it every damn time and that's the thing, guys. It hurts me because and I don't know, people get mad, but I loved her. I loved her. I loved her content. I looked forward to when I got a notification that she was doing another video. I was there like with bells on and I didn't want to believe it. My first video that I did was super mild. I was still like, I'm a ride or die. And I feel so corny saying that an adult woman in my 40s talking about I'm a ride or die. Like, that's so immature. No disrespect. I don't mean disrespect to anybody that is a fan of hers and you call yourself a ride or die. I did until a few months ago. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like let me shut up because I'm getting myself canceled. I'm getting myself canceled. That was an older comment. I think she's gone. Yeah, I think she's gone too. If Reese's behavior is due to addiction and untreated PTSD, what happens if he does get better, but his daughters see all these things and judge him for the past, not his present? Exactly. That will cause resentments that no child should be burdened with this kind of information. I said it in my last live. As parents, our job is to try to shield our children. And I know that she said her daughter saw a lot of it in real time, and that's why counseling is necessary now, so that they can be well adjusted in the future. Don't wait till they start acting up maybe in the future as teenagers, rebellious and all of that. Tackle it now. They've seen that. They need to talk to somebody, counseling, all of that now. But they don't need to be burdened with adult decisions. They don't need to be in any of those conversations. They don't need to be in the middle of a battle between their parents. They don't. If you feel like it's going to get ugly, well, now there's no contact. But back then, if when you were talking to him, if you felt it was going to get ugly, okay, got to go because the kids are here. It's about adulting. That's it. Don't be ashamed. You learned from your mistakes and you're not that person anymore. We all have a past. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Hi, Joe being Joe. Did you talk to your grandbaby? You know what annoys me? People who act like jail is cool, but they're the ones crying when the lights go out. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That shit was not cool. Let me tell you, when I first got to jail, I cried like a bitch for the first week. I was like, God, I want to just go home. And then, after a week, I was like, okay, all right, like, bitch, you can't escape. You're stuck here. Nobody's coming to open the door and let you out. Like, no amount of being cute is getting you out of this. I had to put my big girl panties on and say, okay, I got to get through this. I got to get through this. And I did. I didn't think I was going to be able to deal with it. I was scared as shit. I was young, I was scared. But I was like, girl, what can you do? You make the best. And I did. I didn't get in. I got in one fight in jail because somebody wanted my jewelry. She didn't get it. And I never had to fight again. I never had to fight again. I didn't beg, borrow in jail. Those are the big things. Don't you beg, don't you borrow in jail. Don't you dare. Don't think, oh, my mother's going to put money on my books next week. Next week may not come, girl. Mom may not be able to do it. And now you scrubbing somebody's underwears and somebody's socks, girl. And it may be worse than that for you. Don't beg, don't borrow in jail. And mind your business. Mind your business and you will be fine in jail. But I don't encourage that shit for anybody. Oh God, I hope not. I'm a spec. She ain't gonna. Well, maybe because if Nicole did share me, then maybe I'm on the little radar. But girl, don't worry about me. Don't nobody listen to selfie anyway. Selfie with the bizarre selfies. Don't nobody listen to me, Jessica Kent. Don't worry about it. I ain't nobody. Exactly. At 1 in the morning, now it'd even be just a tad different. Not at 1 in the morning, although she shouldn't have it at all. It's not their place. I agree. It's not their place. Don't act like you did it out of you can't stand the dude. Like, it's like, oh, I'm just so concerned. Nah. You hoped he would act the fool. You knew he would act the fool, and he did exactly what you wanted him to do. And he was able to go to jail because, like she keeps saying, he already had a warrant. So that's what they wanted. They're not going to go pick him up. He has a warrant for breaking the protective order. They're not picking him up. I know how to make him dance. I know how to make the puppet dance. And that's exactly what they did, in my opinion. It wasn't because she keeps saying he already had a warrant. He already had a warrant. She was probably pissed. Why haven't they picked him up? And they pushed the right buttons and he came out, okay, corral, and got himself locked up. That is how I feel. And I am somebody that's been around and knows the ropes again. So I can, like, you can't beat me over the head. You really can't. You really can't. But I thought this was a funny comment. I want to read this to you. I'm not going to say who said it because I don't have their permission. I thought it was a great comment, though. Okay. This comment says this was under the video Jason did of the ring camera of the officer. And this person says, this didn't do what you thought it would, especially after you sent someone to Reese's house at 1 in the morning to knock on his door. You guys knew it would cause a bad PTSD reaction. You knew something would happen, resulting in the cops being called. I don't doubt Jess has gone through some things with Reese, and because of that, you guys knew how he would react to that. You guys set him up. Are you responsible for his actions? No. But just like a cop, you entrapped him. You created the situation knowing he would act in a way that Jess could make a video. I'm sorry, he reacted in a way that Jess could make a video to be like, see, I told you guys he's a monster. It's so gross how calculated and vindictive she is. It wouldn't surprise me if when you go back to prison that she blames you for everything that's happened to try and clear her name. Everything is about her trying to make herself look good. And then one of her subscribers or something came and said, replying to that comment, you do realize what you are defending: harassment, drug abuse, just to name a few. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. Okay, first let me say, she said, you do realize what you're defending: harassment and drug abuse. Jason has admitted to relapsing. Okay? So nobody's defending drug abuse, but that doesn't, it's not a crime in itself, right? That's not something to condemn somebody for. Oh, they relapsed, they're the worst of the worst. So I don't know why she's saying that about Reese when she's in Jason's comment section, who also had relapsed. So are you also defending drug abuse and harassment? Okay. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. What about her PTSD? That don't matter though, right? What about him putting his hands on her and demanding a vehicle that he knows that I'm sorry, she it's the way she wrote it, so I'm reading it the way she wrote it. Um, what about him putting his hands on her and demanding a vehicle that he knows that she paid? Go away, enabler. Better yet, he's so wonderful, you date him. And I hope he does half the stuff he did to her to you. The grass won't be so green, the will it? Why did you have to jump to go date him yourself? Nothing she said there warranted you jumping to that conclusion. Oh, go be with him yourself. All of that. Like that was excessive and unwarranted in my opinion. And then the original commenter comments back. She said, I've said I don't doubt she's gone through stuff with Reese, but from the looks of it, they had a toxic relationship. She wasn't always the victims. Sometimes he was. It goes both ways. I'm not on Reese's side by any means, but I call it how I see it. You know how many women wish their abusive ex would move to a different state? How many women being abused would antagonize their abuser? Did you watch the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial? That's the vibe I get from their relationship, where they are both toxic and abusive to each other, but Jessica leaves out her part to paint Reese as the bad guy. If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. I have been in a relationship like that before, and it seems that even people who haven't been are able to see what's right in front of them. If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you other than stop being so naive. And talk about harassment and drug abuse. That's exactly what they are doing. So what are you talking about? Two laughing emojis. Exactly. Like what? I don't understand how they don't see that it's the same thing. I don't know. Hi, Jen. 4251985. Girl, I'm sorry. I hope I got the numbers right. Hello. It's an obsession for real. For sure. Sorry. It's crazy. My response this time was very honest. I'm done playing into girl. Listen, girl. I can't wait. That proves her dishonesty. In my opinion, she's trying to save her image. Yes, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm way back, guys. I know. Let me go. Let me go to the front. I'm sorry. I'm missing some comments, but I'm way back here. I'm sorry. I still have drug dreams. Damn, I was way back. With all of her skills and manipulation, I have a hard time speaking badly on anyone around her, other than they probably are getting played and having. You're right, Jen. Some people are really good at manipulating. I was one of those people. I was one of those people. I had the gift of gab in my addiction, and I was very entitled. No, like what? What do you mean no? No, you didn't mean. You said yes. You thought you said no, but you didn't say. You said yes. That was my attitude, and I didn't realize how manipulative I was until I got clean and that behavior was unacceptable. Like people were like, no, bitch, no is a complete sentence. I said no. I'm like, oh shit. So it is manipulation and you're right. And as a woman, again, I say things and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'm telling it like it is. Okay. I was very young. I was able to manipulate men, especially very well. I'm not proud of it. That was just the truth. Okay. And I think Jessica also has that ability. She's even said it, right? I'm the queen of getting people, men, to do what I want. She openly said that, right? To Reese, I think. Oh, I can help you. I'm the queen of getting tweakers and all this shit to do what I want to do. And I can relate. I was able to do that as well. And I think that she still feeds into that and she still very much hasn't changed her behaviors. She was able to put on this facade on her channel and become very successful with that facade. But I think she really enjoys that, again, bout it lifestyle. Yeah, I was a dealer, I was out in the streets, I was doing what guys do. Like I think she takes a lot of pride in saying she was able to do what the men were doing. And to me, that is nothing to be proud of. And I know the reality of a lot of those situations. The reality of a lot of those situations are not as glamorous as, you know what I mean? It's a lot more seedy than that. Trust me. And I'm being vague for a reason. Wait, what did Elizabeth say? You have dreams too? You said something else. Oh, here it goes. My first year sober, my little brother lived with me. He passed almost a year exactly later, 1 day shy of my first year sober. I am so sorry, Elizabeth, for your loss. Yeah, I'm so sorry, but you're clean and sober, and I know that whatever you believe happens after death. I believe that we go on. That's just my belief. And I know he must be so proud of you. So proud of you. You know, I think that's a beautiful thing that you've been in recovery as long as you have. And it's my belief that he looks down on you and is so proud, you know? And I think you should be proud of yourself. Thank you. I love you too, baby. Sorry, am I still all the way back? Let me see. You have a dream. Yeah, I don't dream anymore about it, thank God, because it was the worst. I hated it, but okay, wait. I think I need someone I can talk to who gets this YouTube stuff and could possibly help. Welsh, I'm always here. Listen, I'm not a success story on YouTube. I'm not, because I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to be a superstar, a megastar. I just love being able to come here, and I feel blessed to have people even want to listen to me. That's a blessing. But I'm always here, Welsh. My 2 ears, like I said, my eyes don't work very well, but my ears work pretty good. So I'm a pretty good listener. We went through the same with my husband's little brother. We lost him 2 years in April. That was so hard for the kids, and having to explain to where they can understand was hard too. Yeah, and I'm so sorry, Wildflower. I get it. And the girl was there with Reese. We don't think she'd call if he was right. There was a girl there, right? There was a girl there. And then Jessica said that the police wanted to make sure it wasn't her and that it wasn't some hostage situation. Like, I'm sorry, but I was like, girl, you just going all with it, like like it was the Wild Wild West. Okay, Corral. He had you, like the girl on the tracks and those. You remember those old cartoons? Making light of it because it's just ridiculous. She's on the track like, help me, with her big bust sticking out, and he's just like, pew pew pew, like, girl, you're just dramatizing it, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up, girl. Like, come on now. Stop it. That he has you in the house. Like, the first thing they would do is check. I just can't with this. I just can't. This victim and this victim mentality online is taking over, where people are proud to play the victim now. That wasn't a thing. Like, being proud to have overcome was a thing. And now people just playing the victim is just so much easier and so much more lucrative, really. It's crazy. July will be 7 years. Wow. Yeah, because you've been 8 years, you and your fiance, right? Yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that. I lost my sister too 8 years ago, so I understand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jamal is really good at stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. He used to be the black magician, right? Yeah. That's what pisses me off the most, treating us like we are straight ignorant. Like, huh? Most of us know what's up. Yep. We do. We've been there. We've lived it. We've done that. You know what I mean? And we can see it. And Nicole said from the door she had a gut feeling about it. So she wasn't for the bullshit from the beginning. She was able to see through it from the beginning. So talking to us like children, girl, I've got like 4 years on you, right? Exactly. It's so condescending. It's so condescending. Like telling us what a commercial is. Like, her content isn't the same anymore. It isn't. It isn't. It's all like excuses and trying to It's all excuses and it's all trying to defend herself. And she wouldn't have to defend herself if she just took a minute and just stopped. You know what I mean? And I feel terrible, but the truth is the truth. It's damn it. It's the truth. Just be honest. Just be honest. Yes, okay, I fucked up back then. Yes. Yes, I handled it terrible with Mindy. I've been handling it terribly. I've been under a lot, whatever things she wants to say. But the refusing to admit, the denials, like it's already tired. It's already tired. Nobody's gonna believe it. Nobody's gonna let up. I've also never seen somebody go into so many people's DMs immediately after a video or after something comes out. You're in the DMs, and the people that you're DMing feel like it's very manipulative. Like you're trying to manipulate them to move them around the way she's been able to do to so many others for so long. And it's not okay to do that to people. She had Nicole take down a video, and I'm not going to speak for other people, but she's DM'd other people and had other people feel really bad for her, and it's not working anymore. People feel like they're being manipulated, and they're not going for that anymore. You know, she's this major advocate professional with a degree in blah blah blah. Why isn't she utilizing those tools? I agree. I agree. Was a subscriber until this last video, just didn't add up and traveled down the rabbit hole. Me too, Jen. I went down a rabbit hole, girl. The Reddit. I watched all of Nicole's videos, of course, Wildflower Teas, Radiant Brits. All you have to do is put in Jessica Kent, and all of this. I watched Jessica Kent's videos. I watched Jason's videos, Luke's, so many, and I was able to see it from so many different. And it wasn't like I'm saying. So people that think, oh, she's just likes Nicole, and so she's taking what Nicole says as face value. No, I watched Nicole. I watched other things. I saw the receipts, the DMs, heard the little voice notes, all of this stuff, saw the emails, and was able to see a clear picture for myself. Like it wasn't like I'm just going on hearsay or third party information. I saw it. I saw it and I've been there. We're not dumb. And it's so disrespectful to treat us like we're dumb. Yeah, Wildflower has 8 years too. Yep. Her DV has nothing to do with it. Just because you're a DV victim doesn't mean people can't question you on your behavior. Exactly. And that's the thing. She acts like, because of that, and a lot of other people do that too. Like, oh, how dare you victim blame or victim shame like that? We're not doing that, because I haven't seen anybody do that. Anybody question those things or those incidents at all. Never would. We're questioning her motives in the things that she's outing about Reese, the way she's going about it, her reasoning for all this stuff. If you're dealing with, you have somebody that made a video himself saying that he's convicted of right? Child A of his own children, and you have him in a video with your children. He said it himself. He wasn't even able to be good to his own children. But you would have let me tell you something. That is not a freaking thing. If I had an inkling, an idea, any somebody was even flick his kid, you think I'm gonna let him be around mines? That is what I'm saying. Like, that makes me question her thinking. This man said it on the internet in a video. It's all over the place. And you upload a video of your daughter specifically, not even a video of him on your channel with you having a conversation. You upload a specific video of this man with your daughter's painting his nail and doing his face, doing his makeup. A video specifically with this person interacting with your daughters. A man, self-professed person who didn't even treat his own children, was convicted of mistreating his own children. That is the behavior that has us questioning you. That is the behavior. Again, nobody's perfect. Trust me. I did a lot of shit in my addiction. I'm no longer there. I think very clearly, and I still put foot in mouth. Now, when it comes to my sons, and you removed yourself for the betterment of yourself and your daughters, so you shouldn't be putting them in that position. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're gonna be like, oh, Cindy over here, mom shaming, all that good shit. That's just how I feel about it. Sorry. That's just how I feel about it. Yeah. Oh, you too? 8 years? Wow, congratulations. Hey, William, salute. That is amazing. Elizabeth, Wildflower, and Mandy, 8 years. That's amazing. Congratulations to all of you guys. I couldn't imagine ever putting my kids in such a position. They see it in real time in BS. You don't need to advertise it or have them relive it. Have them relive it because they've seen it in real time. Doesn't make sense. I'm so proud of Nicole. I'm proud of all of you for standing up for what's right against someone with so many subscribers. We know how hard it is to do. Yeah, listen, I have people now trolling me and all of that. Like I don't get that. Like I'm nobody, you know what I mean? And I just think that people need to stick to you can disagree, but I'm not here calling people names and all of that if they disagree with me. If they still support, Jessica, I supported her. I'm not here to, do that to subscribers because they still choose to stand by her. But you don't have to do that to us either for disagreeing or feeling like something isn't right. You don't have to come and attack us and put us down and all of that. I'm not here telling people to report her, to go real life at all. Please don't do that. Don't send hate to her. Don't go in her comment section coming at her. Don't do that. Because then it just allows people to continue to play the victim and then push that narrative that anybody that's disagreeing with her is harassing her. And we're not. We're not. Rice or die takes on a whole new meaning when it becomes evident that right or die, sorry, takes on a whole new meaning when it becomes evident that she expects you to side with her. Yes, I agree. And hi, Michael, I agree. You can support somebody and still not agree with everything they say or do. Right, I got it. Sorry. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can, and I think that's when it's important when you don't just blindly support people no matter what. You hold people up. I have people that are like, even if they don't put me on blast publicly, they'll DM me and be like, Cindy, okay, girl, you went a little too far with that. Like they pull me up on my shit. You know what I mean? And you need that. You need people to hold you accountable. I grew up in a different time where a certain amount of social shaming, I'm not talking about bullying, but keeping people in check. Like, girl, you gonna wear that outside? Like, girl, you look crazy. And I would change. And they saved me from looking like a crazy wreck outside and having somebody else tell me in the street. I'd rather somebody that cares about me tell me than a stranger. You know what I mean? So I think it's important if you care about somebody, you don't just allow them to keep doing something that's a detriment to themselves and dangerous for their children. She doesn't know how to adult. That's the problem. And I agree. And it's hard. It's hard. Trust me. It's hard. Yes. Sorry. Oh my God. Yes. Luckily, I turned 21 in jail for DUIs, and I luckily didn't have children yet. Yeah. Jail was no joke. Jail was no joke. And I went to jail when I had a baby. He was very, very young, a couple of months. And by the time I came home, he was already walking. And I'm telling you, that was the hardest time. And it taught me a lesson. I didn't ever want to go back there again. You know, she's very immature and stunted, not sure when she started using, but a lot of people who start to use early teens stop growing. Yeah, they say that where you start using, usually your maturity stunts until you stop using. That's a common thing that is said in recovery in the groups too, that your maturity and your mental and emotional growth halts until you stop using, and then because you're not thinking of any of that. You're not thinking of learning new things. well, maybe learning how to go in people's pockets and stuff, but you're not trying to learn anything productive because you're so hyper focused. You can't think about anything else but your drug, getting your drug, doing your drug, getting your drug, doing your drug. That's it. You know? Yeah, for real. Ride and lie crew, damn. Hide and lie crew. Oh my god, damn. I'm not scrubbing anyone's drawers. Yeah, they let them whip you. What the hell? I luckily had work release and shit. But my sister got into a horrible car accident while I was there, and almost. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm glad that she survived. God bless her. That's terrible. I didn't know how anyone is still supporting her. It's insanity. I don't know either. And everybody in their own time. Thank you, Wallflower. Everybody in their own time, because it took me a long time too. And I don't want people to like everybody be like, F you, I'm out. You know what I mean? Everybody needs support, but supporting somebody doesn't mean not holding them accountable. I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of, I have biases. I've been a hypocrite. People that I really, really liked, things that they've done that I knew I felt were wrong, I let, skate by me. But things like this, with having to do with addiction and kids, are a matter of life and death. It's not just about somebody coming and saying a few bad words, or you know what I mean, getting out of character and doing some hate streams on somebody, or calling people a few bitches or really ugly names, that you let that shit go. You're like, okay, she lost her shit. Okay, these are things that can be life ruining. People can lose their lives. People can, so many things can happen in these situations. This is not just petty bullshit. This is not just YouTube bullshit. This has real life implications for people. So she just keeps trying to say shit at someone. It wasn't at anyone, it was in the air. Also, oh, okay. She keeps trying to say he shot at someone. It wasn't at anyone, it was in the air. Also, she lies. I saw no active warrant. Whoa, really? See? Okay, Elizabeth. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that. Okay. Did somebody take care of that? Because oh my God. I think you guys did. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. I've seen these situations play out in real life. Women poking their exes to get them to lash out so that they can. Yep. I've seen it too. Sorry. It's like, my lip gloss is bothering me. I've seen it too. I've seen women do many, many terrible things to win custody cases, to get their exes out of their lives. Those are real things, guys. Haven't you seen on YouTube where people will hit themselves in the face and immediately call the police? It happens. Again, I'm not saying Jessica Kent did that, because that'll be misconstrued. Oh, Sophie was saying she abused herself. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying there are things that women will do, men, anybody in a custody battle, to make the other person look horrible and lose custody and lose visitation and all this stuff. It's done all the time. And so wait, because it's playing out so publicly, the family court case is gonna, oh man, it's gonna be a shit show. All the time, all of this is gonna be added. Oh look, they're gonna want to show the ring cam footage. They called the police 46 times. They came to my house 37 times. Like, all of this is gonna take up court time, taxpayers' time, all of this stuff, because these grown adults can't put aside their petty bullshit and think of the most important in the bigger picture, which are those girls. Those girls are all that matter at the end of the day. They're both emotional. He's upset. She, whatever, did that. She's upset that everything they went through with each other. And that's why the best way is to stay away from each other. There's a protective order in place, no contact. That is the best way. And I know it sucks. Go through the proper channels, through court. If the court deems you get to see them, supervised visits, then you follow that. You follow what the court says, but the way they're handling it is not going to help either of them. and it's going to hurt the girls long term. That is it. That is it. You got to put that before any of your fucking shit. Put them girls first. They deserve that. They deserve that. They deserve that, man. They're young, impressionable girls, and they need their father regardless. They need their father healthy. They need their father sober. So as a mom, like I'm saying, I could never try to sabotage my husband so that he wouldn't be the best dad he could be for my sons. It doesn't matter if my sons are adults, they will always need their father. Always need their father. My mother passed away 3 years in April, and I needed my mother, and I still need my mother. I'm blessed that I have my stepmother, and she's amazing, but you don't get to a certain age where you don't need your parents anymore. So I would never do that to my husband. Like, oh, I don't need, my kids don't need him, they're better off without him. Who am I to think that? Who am I to say that my children are better off without another parent? Imagine if it was the other way around. If I had relapsed, then my husband felt that way about me. And I think that a lot of times we don't put ourselves in the shoe of the other person. How about if it was the other way around and Jessica was the one that had relapsed and Reese was the one that came and put that all out? How would she feel? And I think about that a lot of times. When I was angry at my husband, I didn't come here and come here and let it all out because it affected him forever. It'll be out here forever. It'll affect my sons forever. I can go and delete the video, private the video. Trust me, the damage is done. As soon as I press live, people are already recording it. I know that. The damage is done. I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, I just really, I know I've been here 2 hours. I just have a lot of opinions, and I just want her to take some time before she continues to try to defend herself because she thinks it's helping, but it's not helping. It's not helping. I had a hard time with accountability until after I went through a program. Now I take accountability for more than I probably should, but it's better than having to keep lies straight. I have a terrible memory, so that's I don't lie. It's too much work. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I learned how to take accountability too in groups. The first thing I did was I let all my secrets out. And so I had like a clean slate. I dumped it all and I didn't have to carry it anymore. And so I was able, it was like a pitcher is filled with dirty brown water, right? The water's dirty. I emptied the pitcher, cleaned it out, and I was able to start fresh. Everything, and I was able to decide what I filled my pitcher with. And sometimes some brown water still gets in there, but I try for good, clean, filtered water to get in there most of the time. So I try to be honest. I still make mistakes. I make mistakes every day. I say stupid shit every day. There's people on this platform that don't like me because I say stupid shit. But I'm not a liar. I'm not a malicious person. And I've learned that I had to make amends to people that I've harmed. I'm still making amends to people that I harmed. I know that that will be forever. I'm still dealing with karma for things that I did in my addiction to people that I love more than anything in this world. And it's about being honest. And it's not about coming here and telling every part of my life. But what I do share is the truth. I never come here and share a lie. I never would blame something on somebody else. Everything I've shared is the truth and is honest and open, you know? And that's all I can do. And I think that that's what Jessica Kent needs to do. If you can't be honest, if you can't tell the story the right way, then don't say anything. It was 7 years since I've had her in our home. Oh, I think that that's so, yes, yes, that's a beautiful thing, Elizabeth. I know that is so beautiful, right, you guys? Aw, Yeah, we have to show our children a better life. Exactly. I don't want my children to continue the cycle of addiction that I did. My mother was an addict. I became an addict. Thankfully, my sons don't struggle with drugs. One of my sons smokes ganja. Weed is legal here in Jersey. And he's an adult. He's over 21. Um, but they're very aware of gateway drugs and how things can lead to other things, and that they have a predisposition to become addicts, that they have a higher likelihood of having addictive personalities. And so they have to be very aware with sex. Anything in excess can be a detriment to their life. If they start playing scratch offs or gambling, going to the casinos, Atlantic City too much, women too much, all of these things. So I'm very honest with my sons. But again, my sons are adults. So the conversations I can have with my sons are very different than when they were children. Yeah. I'm hoping, wait, I'll never forget it. They used to say to us, there is only three outcomes of addiction. Yes. Wildflower, yes. Institutions, jail, or death. Yes. And that is the scary reality of addiction. You'll either go crazy, you'll end up in jail doing something terrible, or at least institutions and jail, you have a chance to regain your life. But if you lose it, this is not a video game. You don't get a second life. You don't get to respawn. You know, it's not Call of Duty. It's real, and I take it very seriously. And that's why I still want to push Narcon to everyone. We had a friend in another community that lost her life, unfortunately, um, to fentanyl overdose. She wasn't an addict. She used once, and that was all she wrote. So we're trying to push for everybody to carry Narcan, even if you have never had addiction. Everybody to carry. You never know when you may come across somebody that may need it, and just having it. There's a site called Next Distro that you just type in your state, and they will tell you in your state where you can get Narcan sent to you free of charge. Everything is right there for you. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. It's right here. Hold on, because I think it's important. A friend named Gemini started that movement in honor of our friend Mims, and I think that it's still an important thing. She's been doing it outside. In her personal life, she went to a city council meeting and had Narcan put in the wooden boxes in the fire stations. And so I put the link to Next Distro. And again, you just type in your state and they will tell you where locally you can get Narcan, can get it sent to you. And I think that that's so important because it saves lives. People are losing their lives every day. People that don't use, you can touch a surface, it's very serious. And those are things that I think are very important. And those are the things that we should be doing with our platform, but also holding people accountable, especially people that have influence. All of us have influence over anybody that watches us, and we have an obligation to be open and honest, because some people, especially somebody like Jessica Kent with such a large audience, people look to her as to what to do, what to emulate. And when you're doing these shifty, shady shit, it's not right. It's not right. I hope more people keep speaking out and show her that we see what's happening here. We are not dumb, girls. Stop trying to play us like that. I agree. I agree. The Reddit has it all. The smallest amount of research and reading, and you have the entire story. It is this. I agree. I agree. And I go to that Reddit and I'm like, yo, wow, it's all there in black and white, guys. It is all there. In my last live, in the description box, I sourced the Reddit, and I sourced Nicole, and I want to put Wildflower. They put Wildflower, but I want to put Wildflower again. She's going to upload a video tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you have Narcon. I have some too. I got to get one to show everybody what it looks like. I just wanted to put Wildflowers link. She is going to upload a video, and I really, really, of course, Wildflower's my girl, but I really enjoy her perspective and her opinion on things. So this is, are you gonna do it on your main channel, Wildflower? She has two channels. I don't, shit. Your main channel, which channel? I don't know. Sorry, guys. I am way behind. Listen, I suck at catching up with the chat. I suck. It's insane to me that she has these drawn out scripted videos telling Reese about himself, but she can't. Oh my God, Mandy, that's so true. That's so true. And it's hard. It's hard to accept things about yourself. It's hard to admit things about yourself. I know that. You know what I mean? Like it's hard for me too sometimes. Like there was one time where I got some criticism, and right immediately after that I came and did a video and was like, call the ambulance. I'm not apologizing, because the first thing to come to my mind was my ego. Like, I'm not apologizing. And because I was emotional, I reacted. Then after that, I sat back and I listened, and I was like, oh shit, I'm actually wrong. Then the next video I did, foot in mouth, took it out and apologized. Like, so I understand we get emotional. We don't want to admit it. You want to puff out your chest like, I'm not wrong. But then I was like, oh shit, I'm wrong. Damn it. And now I just made it worse because I came and I was like, call the ambulance. Made myself look stupid, more stupid, because then I still had to come and apologize. After all of that, I still had to come and apologize. So sometimes you just have to sit, listen, take a minute, don't react, you know? And I think she just needs to take heed to what people say. But no wonder Reese is worried about his children. I'd be like, what the fuck? If he wasn't, not that he's not wrong for other things. Right. I agree. I agree. He's still a father at the end of the day. One thing doesn't negate the other. You don't stop being a father, just like you don't stop being a mother because you're in active addiction and you're doing stupid shit. Doesn't I don't think that he doesn't love his daughters. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, is what I also say. Like, how could I come here and dog my husband and be like, oh my God, he's the worst of the worst. He's this, that. Bitch, you didn't know that for 20 years? Like, how many years was she with him? You didn't know he was all these things back then? He just became this overnight. And I understand people change when they're in active addiction, but his whole person, you didn't know none of that. So that's why I would never come here and dog my husband, because in his active addiction, he done acted a fool. No, this is part of my children. I was with this man all these years. I saw something in him that was good enough to be with, and I don't know. My dad has 45 years and RN, going through benzo withdrawal. He's having a hard time with it, but I'm so proud of him for doing it. 74 years old and still has, wow. God bless him, Mandy. That's extremely hard. Benzos, oof, my gosh. Benzodiazepines are extremely hard to withdraw from. And so I commend him, and that he's a warrior. He's a warrior. That's why I made sure my last day response to her was kind, honest, and fair. No harassment here. I'm just not a fool, and I'm not going to be played as one. And you're very kind. Yes, your last DM, you're very kind. Always, Wildflower. You're always very kind, very fair. So, but you're not like, they take her kindness, her soft spoken way of being as a weakness. Ain't nothing weak about Wildflower. Ain't nothing. She could read your ass. She just chooses not to. She tries not to, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Ain't nothing weak about her. It's very telling when she's out there going after smaller creators for having an opinion. If she didn't want it spoken on, simply turn off YouTube. And people have opinions. I've had videos made about me. There's nothing you can do about it. Just don't watch it. If it's going to affect you in a negative way, don't watch it. But I can tell by the things she says in videos, she watches it all, because she responds to it all. She responds to all the criticism, comments, all of that. She responds to it all, and it's not helping. Why are you so worried about smaller creators if it's not true? Like she says, Why focus on it so much? It doesn't make sense. Just continue to do you, continue to allow people to see. And that's what I say. When I was newly in recovery, that I wasn't lying, because I tried to convince people I was clean when I wasn't. And my mom, my stepmom, she always saw through my bullshit. She always saw through my bullshit. She said, "Girl, please get up out of my face with that." But when I really got clean, I didn't try to convince them anymore. I let every day, the way I behaved, the way I acted, the things I did showed something was different in me. And I didn't have to convince them anymore with my mouth. And if I was Jessica Kent, that's all I would do. Allow my actions, allow the way I present myself to show that I am doing the right thing, but she can't do that. She can't do that. She's consumed with it. Her image is huge to her. And I understand that, your reputation, but she is actually hurting her reputation more by trying to fight it, and not just showing that she needs to show some humility. She needs to show some humility. Yes, she tried manipulating the fuck out of you, and you held your ground so well. I mean, she did. She did. She did, and you were still so kind but firm. You know, you were like, "It's not working, girl. I wish you the best, but no, it's not working." Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. And that's the thing, I don't want to hear something bad happen to her. I don't want to hear she's back in prison, God forbid, or something like that. I don't wish that for anybody. Again, I was an addict. I don't wish addiction on anybody. I really don't. I know how, again, dark that life is, how dangerous that life is. I see people that pass away every day. Every day. I don't wish that for anybody, anybody's children to go to, anybody's parents, loved ones, nobody. Nobody. But nobody can, make you realize that that's not the life for you but you. She has to want it. She should know that already. That's the thing. Like, how do you preach about recovery and all of this? It's frustrating. That's what frustrates me. You know what I mean? It's like, you should know better. You should know better. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she did. She did, Mandy. She tried to manipulate the fuck out of her. Not just when you stop using, but when you start your recovery. Yep, exactly. I followed her for years. You don't just bring us into your lives and share with us, and then this is exactly right. You build a rapport with somebody, you support the shit out of them, but then when things get a little rocky, you're not supposed to question them at all. That's entitled. Don't you dare question me. But yeah, keep giving me your views, any support my Patreon memberships, all that good shit. Yeah, just don't you dare question me, because how dare you? Who you think I am? Don't you know who I am? Like, the level of entitlement, and people need to be humble, humble themselves, for real, for real. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I know. And you tried to reach her on a level to make her understand that you're not trying to come at her crazy, that you're genuinely concerned. You know what I mean? But sometimes people can't see that. They can't see that. They just can't. And I don't think she's ready to see that. I think she's full of anger. She's going through a lot. Um, no, she's just not ready. I would too. I would too, Elizabeth. I definitely would too. If she was honest, I would definitely show her some support. I would. But the dishonesty and the blaming of others, and getting people's channels taken down to silence them and all this other stuff, that is not the way you handle stuff. Especially as a creator, you don't mess with somebody's channel. You don't report people falsely. You don't do shit. That's a no-no. That's a no-no as a creator. To misuse the reporting system and all of that. Now, there's a reporting system for a reason. If you're harassing people, if you're targeting people, then I would never tell somebody not to report something that's they feel is harmful. But to have your audience, we know the art of suggestion, right? Like, oh, look at this. This is against TOS. We know as creators, we don't have to outwardly say it. Just saying that, oh, this is against TOS, people that support us. And then there are people that build parasocial relationships that want to please us so much. Somebody will report it and report it and report it and then DM you like, look, I reported them just for you. That is a fucking thing. That is a fucking thing. People want to please you so it happens, man. Sadly, it happens. There's some people that are lonely or for whatever reason, they feel connected to people online. They get to know them and they want to please them. So they'll do these things and it's all you have to do is just put the suggestion out there. Oh yeah, this is against the rules here. More than likely, people that's all they needed to hear. That's all they needed to hear. And we know that. So you have to be very careful even saying shit like that, even suggesting shit like that. Okay, Mama, don't worry about it, Steven. You know, but I appreciate it. Yeah, tomorrow is Monday. That's right. Hi, Loki. How are you? Thank you. I've missed you, Mama. I hope you haven't left because I'm all the way back. I've missed you, Mama. It's so good to see you. Thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't get to see all the comments, guys. I'm just one lowly, lowly bitch. And I'm sorry. What I do is I watch it usually the next day because I wait for the comments and then I read all the comments and I go through. That's how I realized I kept saying Mandy instead of Mindy. I'm like, girl, what the fuck you I was like Cindy, and then I would say Mandy, and then a few seconds later I would say Mindy. I'm like, girl, what was going through your brain? Mandy, Mindy, I was all over the place, and I'm sorry. I know her name is Mindy, so I'm sorry if I missed any comments. I didn't do it on purpose, but I do go back and I look at every single comment, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate Wildflower and Nicole for sharing my streams, and I appreciate that so much and I have new subscribers, and I'm so grateful for that. I thank you all so much. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not covering this to gain anything. I'm not doing it for that. I felt inclined to talk about it from the heart. I felt like what Nicole was going through was wrong, and Wildflower spoke to Nicole on her channel when her channel was taken down, and it affected Wildflower. And again, I respect Wildflower a lot and it bothered me too. And I made a video a long time ago about Jessica Kent when I first felt I had to speak about it and give my opinion. And I started following Nicole, and I really, really like her a lot. I like her attitude, her feistiness, and what was done to her was wrong. And I felt that I needed to speak about it. So sorry, my dog. I don't know, man. Her hairs. I just felt like she deserved somebody to say, hey, this is not okay. This is not okay. She was fighting the good fight on her own, and I want to do important things on my channel. I talk about addiction and recovery, and this was just something that I felt was important. So I didn't do it to gain anything. I'm appreciative of the new subscribers. I'm appreciative of the support, but that wasn't my goal. You know, that was just like the cherry on top. Like, you know, that was an amazing surprise. I didn't expect that. I just come here and I speak my mind and I speak from the heart. And sometimes it lands and sometimes it doesn't. And that's okay, you know? But I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yes, tomorrow is our members only live. And I'm usually here Wednesday, Fridays, I'm sorry, excuse me. Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays. Wednesday and Fridays, 6:30 in the evening p.m. I do my stream. Sundays is at 5, and Mondays members only is at 5. So I'm usually here 4 times a week, 3 times. So I will be here again. And Wildflower, I look forward to seeing your stream. I am excited for it. I can't wait to damn, I was way back. Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. On your main channel. Okay, good. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. I was way back there. Again, I'm sorry I missed your comments. Oh my God. Yikes. I'm so sorry. I suck, guys. I suck. But I appreciate you guys so much. Um, yeah, I get it. I get it. Be very careful. Um, I appreciate you guys so much. Hey, Miss Manda, I've missed you. You had a barbecue. Enjoy. Yes, tomorrow's Memorial Day. I hope you guys um enjoy your Memorial Day and have a great and safe one. Wait, Joe, what did you say? I give up on ever being able to catch a live. There are some wildflowers burning near my daughter and my husband's brand new house, and they are, oh my God, Joe being Joe, I am so sorry. Oh no, see now I'm gonna be worried about you. They have to evacuate. That's the scariest thing with wildflowers. Wildflowers. Why the? I'm thinking about wildfires. Guys, I can't speak. It's because wildflower was right there. That's the scariest thing, and I will be praying for you guys. And I'm glad that they evacuated. High education, my sweet girl. Um, but Joe, I will be keeping you guys in my prayers. Seriously, that's really, really scary. That's really scary, and I love you. And please try to take it easy. I know you're gonna be a wreck now. I know that's easier said than done. Oh my gosh, that has me messed up now. Yeah, I know she won't. She won't admit to that. Hello, after the storm. Hi. 100% truth you're speaking. Jessica didn't have to come out and blatantly say X, Y, and Z. All she had to do was plant the seed. That's it. That's all it takes. Plant that seed and people are going to run with it. That's how it works. And the bigger your audience, the more people are going to run with it. And that's all it took was for people to take that little nudge, that little suggestion. You know how they have subliminal messages? That was a subliminal right there. This is against TOS. That's it. That's all it takes. And I think she knew what she was doing with that, and it's not okay. I'm sorry her friend lost everything. That's horrible. I'm so glad they got out safely with their dogs. Wow. Yeah, Joe, I love you and I'm so sorry. I just try to take it easy. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna be worried too. That's scary. Oh yeah, no, Mikey, don't mess with it. Make sure you talk to your doctor. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you being here so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. And you guys make it so worth it. There should be more content creators like Nicole. Unfortunately, when someone's platform is at stake, yes, I get it. I get it. It's scary to think about the masses coming after you. It's a scary thing. You know, um, there were many times where I stayed silent on things out of that fear. And what am I doing with my platform if I don't speak up when it's important? You know what I mean? So I'm trying. I'm trying to get a backbone. I'm trying to get a backbone and speak up when it's important and not just come here and talk crap when it's interesting or gossip, be a chimosa. I'm trying. I'm trying to do that when I have to. Yes, I adore Wildflower just because I can go up to her and have a conversation with her and she doesn't get irate or mean. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. Even if you don't agree, she respects your opinion, you know? And that's very true. Yeah, I'm glad they got the dogs out too. Yes, I'm glad you have all come together for the honesty of it all because us recovery community is a vulnerable community. Not all of them are in recovery, but active and it's dangerous. I agree. And the more we stick together, the more we encourage people that are still in active addiction to seek help and get help and realize that they're not alone, that they don't have to continue in that life. I would never look down on anybody that's using. I would hope that they would reach out, you know? There and that's what we want. We want to be able to save one person. If they can get out of active addiction, then we know their lives, the likelihood of them losing their lives decreases because they're not using anymore. Radiant Brit has a new video also when you're done here. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go check it out. Thank you guys. Yeah, oh my god, man. Nova Scotia. You're in Ontario. See, I'm scared for you guys. That's crazy. I didn't even know that that really happened. I thought like that was like a California thing. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Thank you, I appreciate you guys so much. I love you too. Okay, I will. I will, Bliss. I promise I will. When she was stranded by Reese, what did she say the issue was that he wanted to review all of her tablets and screens? Why? Because she saves. I didn't understand that either. She said that he wouldn't let her go because he wanted to see the tablets. Why? And why wouldn't you just let? Oh, I think she said because he wanted to put a tracking thing. Isn't that what she said? He wanted to put a tracking thing on her, and she wouldn't let him get the tablets to put the tracking thing. You can just turn it off. You can just turn it off. You can just, if that was the issue, you can just turn off. You know what I mean? Find my iPad or find my iPhone. You can turn that off. You can stop sharing your location. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. But it's her story and we got to let her tell it. You know what I mean? It didn't make sense. Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I'm going to force feed myself because I know you have to. You have to because you're not going to get better, Megs. You're going to get weaker and you have to at least little bit, even broth, eat little by little until your appetite starts growing. Jason called me a bitch for saying he's high in his new video. What? If I was real petty and still using, my hubby and I would drive to Chicago. I know you can't listen. And that's the thing. Why is he calling a woman just for having an opinion a bitch? That's the thing. Like this is first of all, he's involving him anyway. I that see shit like that gets me tight. Like you're a grown ass man. Why are you calling another woman a bitch? Like you're bugging. Grow up. Grow up. You're a fucking big ass, brolic ass, right? Ooh, badass dude. You arguing with women? You're a bitch. You're a bitch. Like, oh fuck. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is what they do. Wow. So it's on Reddit. He replied to you, Elizabeth. Wow. Oh no. Nah, see, and that's the thing, they don't think it through. They're so reactionary because they're not thinking right. You're high. I was a hot mess when I was high. I didn't give a fuck. Shit flew out of my mouth all the time. I did the stoop. That's how I was got arrested, my dumb ass. I didn't care. I wasn't thinking. He needs to chill. He needs to chill. Oh nah. Mm-mm. No, then posted his comments from his video. Oh, okay. They post. Yeah, he's wildin'. He's wildin'. I've kept water and body armor at my reach, hydration and electrolytes for my body. I got some meds. Good, mama. And I hope you feel better. You've been sick a long time. Ganja saved my life because I almost died because of benzos. And you know what? As long as you have, it's legal, Mikey, that's fine. Because I know many people that take ganja for pain and all of that, and they have their weed card and all of that. Listen, I don't smoke ganja, but people, it's legal, and as long as it's legal and you're not getting yourself in no bad situation and you're not buying it from the streets, because even ganja is laced with fentanyl, guys. There is even ganja, people in New York that have died from smoking weed because it was laced with fentanyl. So please get it from a dispensary, get it. Do not buy shit on the street. Nothing. Hey, Coley, how are you, mama? So good to see you, sweetheart. I don't think Mary Jane is a sin as long as exactly. Some people listen, they act like Mary Jane is some crack, but it's all right. Just do it responsibly. Don't let it take over your life where you're fiending for it, and because I know some people that ganja makes them commit crimes for it and shit. Don't let it do that to you. Be responsible. Be responsible. But I'm gonna get out of here. My God, I've been live almost 3 hours. I appreciate you all, and I will be back Wednesday. Maybe before that, if more shit pops off. I'm trying to chill because they're gonna be like, oh, selfie turned into a Jessica Kent. No, but if shit pop off, I'm gonna talk about it. All right. But I hope to see you all Wednesday here, my members. I will see you all tomorrow. I thank you all for being here. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, seriously. Bye, Bebe. It's been a true pleasure, seriously. And como siempre, te quiero, te adoro, all that good stuff. Nos vemos, right? I will see you all. I hope you have a great Memorial Day. Enjoy your holiday, enjoy your day. If you're at a barbecue, be safe, be responsible, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Okay? Love you all. Bye, guys. Thank you for being here. Bye.